addicted to success.
What's up? Welcome to your favorite podcast, The Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. I want to thank y'all for joining us for episode 127.
Yeah.
My name is Fresh, and I'm one half of the pod gods. And with me, I had the best man in all the podcast land, my right-hand man, Mr. B. Hill.
Yo. Fuck is up. Happy Tuesday, Thursday, whenever the hell you hearing it. Hope you're doing all right out there. I said, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. It threw me off for a second. I'm doing all right. We haven't recorded in 2 weeks. One was by design, one was by accident. So hopefully y'all are all caught up and ready to listen to us. Shout out to everybody who missed us, who let me know they missed us. But I've been good. Your question was, how have I been? I've been awesome. Great weekend. Had a great vacation. I would like to classify it as a quarantine vacation, but it probably ranks up there in my top 10 vacations, period. I had a great time. Went to Florida. It was actually a 2-for-1. I was actually already going to Florida to, support two of the friends of the show on their engagement. So, Tilly, who we always talk about, she's been on the show a couple times throughout our time, and Dr. Tam got engaged. Fin. That is super dope. So I originally was going down there to support them. And, then, a good friend of mine was having a birthday, also a friend of the show. Dr. Bone, has been on the show before, and she was having a birthday, and because they love me, they decided to have the birthday in Florida since I was already going to be there. So I had a great time, did some boats and some beaches, and everything was quarantine, friendly. And I'm not going to even lie, B. I did not want to go to Florida. I did not.
Y'all went to the spot. Y'all went with to the bug light.
Sure. Yeah, man. And, I didn't want to go. But, I wanted to support
the
Joy.
World opened up at this point, man. It is what it is at this point. Like, you got to live your life to this point. I mean,
you still gotta take calculated risk. Like, you don't just want to be out here butt naked, though.
I mean, that's anything, though, at this point. Like, but at the same time, like, especially if it was just me, I ain't had no kids and shit, like, I'd definitely be not like, just.
Oh, yeah, I still give a fuck about my life. Kids or not.
I'd be out there in the world. Like,
yeah.
I'd be out there more often. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't necessarily be in a club per se, but like, I wouldn't be as, just straight, hermited and domiciled completely. I'd be, doing my thing with people and shit like that. Not like in this club necessarily, but yeah. I mean, it's just, it is what it is at this point. Like, you can't hide from life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
can't hide from life.
You gotta work with it. You gotta do what works best for you. And, shout out to my babies, all of them. And it was Shay's birthday. It was Bone's birthday. And, she formatted her birthday to make sure I was comfortable. I mean, they make calculated risk as well, but they want to make sure that I was comfortable.
If you're going to be in the grocery store, you just as well, might as well. I don't know, man. Shit, at this point in life, like, you either in the house completely or you're not. Like, if you go step outside, you can get sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I think I've been doing a good little hybrid, and so far so good. I don't want that, but I didn't want to eat in any closed-in restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everything we did was outside or had an open air concept. So you wasn't just breathing in shit. You know what I'm saying? And the good thing about Florida, and outside of the weather and the beaches, we rarely have great things to say about Florida. But the good thing about Florida is, in fact, the beaches. So they have a lot of outdoor shit. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, boats, all that shit. So that was dope. Did some boating. But yeah, happy birthday. I don't swim. I think we talked about this before. No, I don't. I can't.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, like, you were the only person on the boat. Yeah,
I mean, I got in the water and shit too. I couldn't take my phone and shit if you going by my, Instagram story. Yeah, I left my phone on the boat when I'm in the water, but I was in the water. I got in the water and shit, you know, when they docking the shit, you know, so when they dock the shit, like when we were at the sandbar and shit like that, that shit is so dope. Cause it's just a whole bunch of fucking boats. And then it's like a boat in the middle where you can actually like, it's like a bar. You can go up to that boat and buy shit off the boat. You know what I mean? Like that was dope. But yeah, I got in the water and shit, but no, I cannot swim, at all. And as thank you for that. Never thought about that. She said sarcastically. I did not want to, I'm drunk as fuck. I'm high as fuck. Like my mom, like, I'm glad you didn't fall off the boat. I'm glad y'all didn't fall off the boat because y'all look like y'all was having a good time. I was like, yeah, niggas was fucking lit the whole entire time. So I just want to say that I had a great weekend, and shout out to, my friends for, you know, getting married or getting engaged. And now it's really back to reality because I move next week. So soon as I got back, I had to hit the ground running, you know what I'm saying? Finish getting my shit together. And you know, that time flies. Moving is the worst thing ever. I hate it.
Yep.
I hate it.
Yeah, that's why I haven't bought another house because I don't feel like moving.
Yeah, you said you were going to move.
I don't know if I said that, but I said
I know you want to buy a new house. I know you said you want to buy a new home.
Crib, but there's a couple of reasons I haven't, because property value is incredibly and ridiculous in Wake County.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I ain't and then I just don't want to move.
You want to stay in Wake for the kids, or why you want to stay in Wake? Why you can't move to a different county?
Because I'm not moving to because outside of Wake County, this country is fuck here. I'm not moving like Durham or no shit, or like, you know, or fucking Clayton or some shit. Like, I'm cool. I'm not moving away.
No Garner, no Cary, no.
Well, okay. On what part, that's all Wake County. And I'm definitely not going to Cary. That shit's higher than here.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Cary. I moved from Cary.
But yeah, I mean, but that's Wake County. And Garner, I mean, that's still Wake County too, depending on what part you in, but even still, like, that shit, I'm cool. I'm straight. I'm gonna just stay where I'm at.
So you gonna just live and die in Wake County your whole life? You not ever, not even going down the street. You like, this is where I'm gonna be forever.
Man, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm asking. I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm asking the question.
I mean, as of today, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as of today. In the next few years, yeah, absolutely. I ain't got no problem with it. It's a good place to live.
I thought it was more so like for the kids, like you didn't want to have them move schools and shit like that.
Nah, I ain't worried about that. I went to math schools.
I mean, you're like, not my issue at all.
Yeah, I mean, you learn, I mean, you know, schools, I mean, it's not that anybody's in school anyway, but I went to math school, that shit, you know, that's why I know so many people around the city and shit. Like, I done went to school with mad motherfuckers and shit between, you know, elementary school and middle school and high school and shit like that, so it worked.
You know, you know, where you stay and shit like that, it's, you know, it's a relatively good area, good for families, good for schools and like shit like that. But you just, made me think about a conversation that I was having about, about shit that's going on in DC and shit just crazy. And it's starting, I don't know if people bored or what the fuck is going on, but you know, we touched on it before on the last podcast, I think, or the podcast before that, you know, about just shootings and shit, like a lot of shit going on. And, you know, I was talking, to someone who was, you know, basically complaining about the shit like that's going on in the city and shit. And I was like, well, why do you stay? Like, why do you stay in the city? Like, it's a whole world out here. Like, why do you stay like right here? And, you know, they kind of felt like, well, no matter where I go, there will always be danger, right? And I was just like, but your risks are different depending on the area, you know what I'm saying? Or where you at, or the people you surround yourself with, or whatever the case may be. Like, I know, like, you love it. Like, I don't want to live anywhere else, but you also don't have like, well, I don't know. I can't speak for you, but I was going to say, like, you don't have those issues. Like, you're not worried about your safety all the time and like all of these other things. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
like,
that's cool. That's why I like it here. Like, you can be in the mix and be with all the fuck shit, or not. You can be totally out the fucking way. I mean, obviously it's always going to be danger and imminent threats regardless, but at the same time, like,
especially in 2020,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be, you know, like, outside of 2020, just on a normal day, like, you know, 2019, for example, fucking, which seems so far away. You know, you can just be out the way, you know what I'm saying? You can go get something to eat and chill and, you know, hit a bar and cool out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, obviously motherfuckers gonna do whatever, but, and you gotta be prepared, but it's not like, you know, you ain't, like, unless you can go to the south side, or you can go to the hood, you can do all the fuck shit you want to, if you want to do that too, but I'm cool. Like, I'm old, I did all that shit. I'm cool. I just want to chill. You know
have you ever had to, disassociate yourself with people in order to live in the same area you grew up in? Or you've never like really had that?
I mean,
issue?
I done fell out. I mean, I done fell out with, you know, motherfuckers like, you know, I mean, that's just the natural order of things. Like, it's motherfuckers that you grew up with, like, especially on some nigga street shit like that we used to be on, like, you know, my niggas for life and ride, die, and all that shit like that. Like, nah, like, you grow up and you mature, you know what I'm saying? Grass grows. So, you know, as far as like relationships,
some people mature. Like, you giving way too much credit to people in general.
Most people, you know, most sane people mature, you would think. And I mean, and the maturity just comes at different times. Like, you know, niggas, you know, some people do mature, some people don't, you know what I'm saying? Some people mature super later than others. But I mean, and a bunch of my niggas that I used to be around, like, it's still love and shit like that. But like, we just on different wavelengths. Like, I'm on some asset versus liability shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point in my life, like, I don't want, like, you know, I don't want you to be no liability, like, in no, you know, no form or fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to, and it's not that you have to bring something to my life, but you got to bring, like, you know, just being like, when I'm around you, it ain't always on some fuck shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? X, Y, and Z going on and shit like that. I ain't got time. Like, I just want to laugh, joke, enjoy each other.
But they do have to bring something to your life, right? Even if it's that. Like, I feel like everybody should bring something. Like, even if it is a good vibe, a good time, a nice being around like, you type thing.
Like, but like the fuck shit I don't be with. And some of my niggas, it'd be a majority of, you know, positivity and shit. But at the same time, like, you know, shit can get funky and shit. And they be on some other shit. Like, they be going to do, like, they said that they got a whole nother set of friends that be with the fuck shit. I know how to, like, I'm finna go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at the point in my life where, like, I'll dip, you know what I'm saying? I got on my own every fucking thing. Been had my own everything, but to this point, like, I know what's good for me and I know it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be with the fuck shit, you know what I'm saying? I like to do, you know, hood rap shit
things with my friends.
Yeah, for sure. Smoke weed, you know, fucking talk about bitches and shit like that, you know, like nigga shit. But once niggas got them, you know, start, like, we finna go to the club or some shit like that. Nah, I'm gonna holler at y'all niggas. I'm finna dip, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of how, you know, it is in my life, you know what I'm saying? At this point, like, you know, I got shit.
So you never really struggle with that. You never really struggle with the, pulling me back into the bullshit.
Nah,
I'm an
only child. I'm an only child. So like, I've always been on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
always
raised
been independent.
I've always been about my shit. I've always, you know, marched to my own drum. Like, you know, I did some follower shit in terms of like, you know, just being with the wrong crowd and mixing myself up. But even in that, like, I always had like the wherewithal and the spider sense, so to speak, to, you know, avoid certain shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause I had other shit going on, you know what I'm saying? So I was always, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but at the same time, like, I was able to, like, you know, kind of maneuver between shit. And like, I've always stood on my own, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, like, you know, 85% of the time, you know what I'm saying? Outside of, you know, just being young and trying to feel your way through the dark sometime, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of that, nah, I'll dip on a nigga. Not dip on a nigga, but I'll just do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and anybody will tell you that, you know what I'm saying? It ain't me being funny at it. It's just like, shit, I'm my only child. So I'm cool. That's all. I always had me and I'm always have me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It sounds like you are one of the people who, you know, matured and things of that nature, but it is very It is very common to go back and kick it with, and from my perspective, it's very common to go back and kick it with people and they be on the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you on that same shit?
The majority of my friends are. That's what I'm telling you. Like, the majority of my friends are. Like, we had like this concert over the weekend called Raleigh Day. And, like, it was a big ass, concert. I didn't go to it because COVID.
COVID.
Yeah. But it was like a Raleigh Day. Like, it's a celebration of the city and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that it's gotten bigger considerably every year. And, a bunch of my homeboys was out there and they still like, they've been rapping for fucking ever. You know what I'm saying? And they dope. They talented. But at the end of the day, like, niggas is 43 and 44 years old. The likelihood of it is that you're not going to get on, right? But I support the dream, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just all love, but at the same time, you got to get some money. You know what I'm saying? The niggas don't be having the money. Like, when I be around niggas.
So they ain't mixing the work and the hobbies. They making their hobby, they work, and they not making no money off of it.
What the fuck they doing? That shit ain't working. But like, the niggas still doing the same shit niggas been doing. Niggas is older than me and don't have, certain things. Yeah. And it's not about like worldly possessions, obviously, but it's just wanting the ambition of a rider that I feel like niggas be putting the wrong energy towards. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, if you ain't got no fucking money and you ain't got shit to pass down to your kid, like, that's the shit I'm on. Like, I'm trying to leave my kids with more shit than fucking diabetes and high blood pressure and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was a
like
bar.
that's the wavelength I'm on. So like, and it's funny cause like I got a lot of niggas that, still get money and shit in the streets or whatever, but like, I be talking to them like, boom, bow, boom, boom, boom. Cause like I said, I've seen it all, like from all sides of business and all sides of, getting money, you know what I'm saying? Legal and illegal, you know what I'm saying? So like, I try to give niggas a game, like, bro, you just like, especially niggas that have made it this far and, pretty much unscathed in terms of street shit goes. And if you know anything about the streets, there's a couple ways out. And
dead or in jail.
Yeah. Or to be able to stop, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's not a lot of those, you know what I'm saying? The other two, like it's a third, but the 2/3 outweigh the third.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you like, I just try to put them on the game because, it starts somewhere, right? And then, and a lot of them, have seen the light and, you know what I mean? You just got to apply that shit and it's just hard. Like, but once you get to a certain age and shit, like niggas used to wear that shit as a badge of honor, like getting money in the street, doing X, Y, and Z. Like, yeah, I'm getting money on these motherfuckers. But then like once you get 38, 39, 40, like you're not so proud of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially if you're not at fucking kingpin status.
I mean, I know niggas that's getting money. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas is straight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is all right. And
what's straight? What's getting money? Like what type of money are we talking about? We're talking about 38 and you still cool with doing it. Like, how much money? What's the threshold of money?
I mean, niggas is taking care of themselves. I'm not in a nigga pocket. I can't tell you that, but niggas taking care of themselves.
I'm saying, are they taking 9 to 5 risk is what I'm saying. Like, are you still selling drugs for $75,000 a year?
Probably. I don't know. Again, I don't know what niggas, I don't be counting niggas pockets. The only niggas pockets I'm counting is mine.
What will make it worth it?
Niggas is, I mean, it's never worth it. It's all about it's all relative to what, it's what you deem is worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for times in my life, I felt like it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it was wrong, but at the same time, like, it's kind of hard. Like, you get addicted to cash and fast money and shit like that. That shit is just a lifestyle. So it's kind of, and again, it's a part of maturing and growing up, but like, niggas doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? One way or the other, like, but I can't tell you what they got going on, but I know that niggas ain't, fucked up in the game and hurting shit is pretty much what I'm saying. But, that shit still comes at a point where you like, shit, goddamn, like this shit, you just realize you can't do this shit forever because you still have, like, if you're able to weather the storm for that long, you also understand that the storm is still there. And you're smart enough to foresee that the storm is on the horizon. You just don't know when that bitch coming from sea to the land. You know what I'm saying? Or if the sea, that motherfucking hurricane might hit Carolina or that motherfucker might hit Louisiana. Yeah. You don't know. But until that motherfucker's reported, you like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the reality that, for a lot of the niggas that I be around, like some of them are making the transition and trying to do other things and, and Some ain't, you know what I'm saying? And some ain't even on no, illegal shit. They just goddamn content with doing what the fuck they doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit is dope for them. I just can't, it's not dope for me. Like, I can come over there and kick it with y'all niggas and shit, and for a couple hours out the day, or in the evening on a Friday or Saturday. But shit, Monday, you know what I'm saying? I'm locked in. I got shit going on. Like, I started a new week. I'm trying to attack it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody not like that. So, like, I can't, I couldn't be around. Like, even back in the day when I was in the trap and doing shit like that, like, I always had a gig and shit. Like, I had to have some structure. Like, I had to be able to, like, have some shit to do. I just couldn't sit in that bitch all day. I fucking go crazy. Cause like playing the game and smoking bud and waiting for my phone to ring, that shit is fucking lame. You know what I'm saying? That shit was cool on Saturdays or some shit. You know what I'm saying? When I was off, but when I got off, but once I got as an adult, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Even, but not as an adult, but even like, I just always had to have like some structure, and that shit like kept me out the way a lot of the times too. You know what I'm saying? So
that's good. That's good.
Everybody's journey and shit is different. You know what I mean?
I feel like, one of the things you brought up is that you were a only child, and that gave you independence, but that can also go the opposite way, right? Only children, sometimes they want to belong to some bigger shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't have siblings. So, that's how they get into that street life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that was the same for me. I mean, the shit was fun. Like, the shit, like, and I mean, I just gravitated towards it. Like, it wasn't, like my pops and my mom's, like, it, like, I wasn't fucked up in the game. You know what I'm saying? Once my mom got sick with MS and shit, though, like, life obviously changed for me and shit. But I just was always a hustler, though. Like, that's where I saw the opportunity. Like, I was just like, shit, nigga, I'm smoking weed. I might as well try to sell something. You know what I'm saying? I be around niggas who fucking, like, so I see opportunity. Like, my mind always shifts to money. Like, if you know anything about me, like, anybody to tell you, like, I like sneakers, I like money, and I used to like a lot of women and shit like that, and clothes and shit. So I always gravitated to in hip hop and shit, obviously in more things, but that was the shit. So like, I always, had like a vision to get some money. Like, if somebody was doing some shit, I ain't finna smoke all my bud. I'm gonna sell you some bud, and then y'all niggas can roll up and I'm gonna smoke all your weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how my thought process was, when I was, I started trapping when I was fucking 16. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But,
So,
but, I just
did you ever have any, like scary moments where you was like, I need to get out this shit?
Hell yeah, mad of them, man. I used to live in my houses when I was like 19 and 20. Like, I ain't go to college. So like, my crib was like, the first 3 cribs I had was like, the trap. You know what I'm saying? Like, we lived in the trap. Like, but we lived on the north side. So it was a little different. It wasn't as, we weren't in the hood. So we had the north side turned, like, it'd be 30, 40 months.
Why is the south side always the hood side? Every city.
Where all the black people. It's predominantly where all the black people are. You know what I'm saying? Wherever.
Yeah. Even in black cities, the south side is the most hood side. Like, it's always the south side.
Depends. Yeah, I mean, for sure.
All the cities I know, the south side is always the hood side of town. Like, on the southeast, that's the hood side. South side Atlanta, that's the hood side. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be like, you moving? I'm not moving south. No, I'm not. I'm north. I'm North Atlanta. I'm not moving south. I didn't make all this money to live south. Like, I need to be safe. I go party with y'all niggas to a point. Get that straight. Then go back over to my side. But I just find that funny that the south side, I was like, damn, when you said the south side, I was like, damn, that's always the hood side and shit.
South side always the hood. But I mean, I know, again, I went to school from there. Like, I ain't got no family from the south side necessarily, but I know a bunch of niggas from the south and shit. And like, I'm from here. So like, of course, over the course of 30 some odd years, you're gonna know a million fucking people. But I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck we was talking about. What was we talking about?
we was just talking about living places and staying there, and we were talking about dealing with the people that were there. And the reason I brought that conversation up was due to the fact that I was talking to somebody who was complaining. And like, for me, I've lived in various places, and I don't see the problem. Like, I'm just like, well, if you don't like it, leave. Like, that's my thing. Especially if you don't have any children. If you don't like it, leave.
If I ain't like kids,
leave. Even if you have children, you need to create a better life for your children. If your complaint is the violence, XYZ, you know, that's going on in this area.
The cost.
I understand.
Like, I know a girl, she moving from Northern Virginia. She's got a job here. And I'm like, and she taking a significant pay cut, but she was like, I just want to buy a house, and I live in Northern Virginia, and nothing is less than $450,000. I don't make nearly enough to make a fucking house in fucking Northern Virginia. And she was like, that's like a townhouse. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a good job. That's a good point. She probably got a good job and can't afford that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she probably makes 60 or 70 grand. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
But it's all relative.
Yeah. To where you live. And that is very true. And, you know, it's people like I'm saying, people who live in DC and shit like that where the cost is high. Like, even if you live in the hood, if you go to another hood, it's going to be significantly cheaper. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm just like, well, just leave. Like, I don't understand like that being mentally trapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, if I go somewhere else, I ain't gonna know nobody. But look at all these people you know and all the bullshit they bringing into your life. Knowing people ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I know people, like, especially here, not to cut you off, sorry, but like, in terms of that, like, I know motherfuckers who live outside of Raleigh, like, you know, say Oxford or fucking Wilson or some shit, and they look at Raleigh like the greatest thing ever. Like, well, nigga, move. You know what I'm saying? Like, move to Raleigh, but then, like, they just ain't ready for the big city. And this shit ain't fucking big city worth of fuck, but it's all relative, right? So it's just like what you know. Oh, it's definitely all relative.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and some people just stuck in the rat race. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people have never left fucking their towns. You know,
listen,
some motherfuckers probably
I know
never
people
left
who
DC.
have not been further than wherever the subway takes them in DC, Maryland, Virginia. Like, they haven't been further than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, well, what you scared about? What you gonna do? I just can't see having a life and not living it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seemed like it being in this fucking vacuum, and then your whole universe is all these people you don't even fucking like, and you living around them. I just feel like people need to, if that's what you want, if you're happy where you are, that's one thing. But if you're not happy where you are, and, you know, why not leave? Why not go? Why not try something out? Because guess what? The earthquake ain't gonna come and shift your whole fucking town to another place. It's gonna be there. Them same motherfuckers gonna be there. That same shit you do on Thursday and Friday and Saturday night gonna be there. Like, that same shit gonna be there. Like, I understand that we're all different, but I'm just like, well, how you complaining about it, but you don't want to do?
Motherfuckers just like to complain, bro.
Fucking chance. Take a fucking chance. Take a fucking chance on yourself.
Motherfuckers just like to complain. Motherfuckers like to talk to hear they self talking, you talk. But I ain't finna bust a grape. That's the reality, and that's a fact.
Yeah. No,
I mean, cause that's the same motherfuckers who are, you know, still rapping 30 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the same, that's no difference.
You know, so with the whole rapping shit, what's funny with the rapping shit is at a certain point in time, I feel like you know what? I don't even want to fucking dim nobody, like, cause you know, anything can happen if you determine. But statistics wise, let's talk that way. Yeah, statistics wise, after a certain age, you just need to understand that you're doing it as a hobby. And be okay with
statistics wise, old niggas that rap ain't even popping like that. You know, and these niggas was great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's niggas that are, you know, like legitimate, like legacy acts and don't really be getting that love that, you know what I mean? And it's hard to capture lightning twice, right? Like, so, you know, it's a fresh face, whatever. But at the same time, like, I don't know, man. Shit just, I don't know. I couldn't see myself like.
So even if you love rapping, you couldn't do it as a hobby?
Yeah, but it's a difference between doing it a hobby and actually like trying to get on. And shit. Like,
yeah.
Like,
it's kind of like you get a job and you can do it, sure. And if you pop off, great. If you don't, like, I feel like niggas in their 40s, I really feel like niggas past 35, but niggas in their 40s need to figure out how to repackage and rebrand. Maybe you become a writer.
Just get some artists. Yeah, get some artists, be a manager or some shit like that. Like, you know.
That's a different skill set though than knowing how to write a rhyme.
That's true.
You know how to write a rhyme. That means you can write a rhyme for somebody else.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe not though, cause like, I don't know.
True.
It's weird. I mean, and it sucks cause like my niggas, I got some really talented, dope motherfuckers that I fuck with, you know, but they should be. They've been rapping for fucking 30 years. But like, I mean, it's just, you know, it ain't really, I I don't know, bro. It just,
What do you feel like is the cutoff age? Like, at what point in time do you just
about 30, about 30 through 33, you know what I'm saying?
Before
like,
35.
DMX was 29 when he got on fucking 2 Chainz. Like,
2 Chainz in his 30s?
Was probably like,
he was like 35.
Yeah, that nigga old. That nigga like shit, like 45, 46, some shit like that.
So it's possible, but
44.
statistics wise.
Yeah, I mean, again, you catch lightning in the bottle one time, you know what I'm saying?
Listen,
you might be
but you are the number one person that's like, all you need is one, and you can eat off that for the rest of your life. So a nigga can catch a banger like one.
Yeah, but
and eat off that shit.
Game though, right? So like, it's a young
man's game because we've structured it that way. It's all a construct. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I guess.
No, I'm with you, but I'm just saying these rules are put in place
for new shit though, right? Like, cause I mean, hip hop is for the youth. Like, it was created from the youth. So I wouldn't even say if it's a construct. Like, that's the way it was done by design.
It was created for the youth because it's not that old and people were young when it came out.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily.
No, it's still created by the youth. Like, it was started by young niggas, and you know, the new young niggas, like, every time it transitions, it's always a young nigga. It's not an old nigga transitioning in the music.
Yes.
Ain't no yet. Ain't doing that shit.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, I just want to go on record with saying I'm not advocating for fucking 40-year-old niggas to be rapping. However, I am advocating for ain't no fucking rules. Do what the fuck you want to do and don't let nobody tell you that you can't. But you have to make sure that you're reaping some. It's a difference between chasing an impossible dream, right? Like, if you see ain't nothing sparked and you've literally been doing this shit for 20 years, it might be time for you to reconsider. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be time for you to reconsider. If you still feel like you gonna break and you gonna pop, my whole thing is do that shit after work. Like, get you a motherfucking job. And you can keep pursuing that shit. Cause I'm not the person that's gonna tell you that you can't do it based on a system that somebody else feels like that should be the system. Ain't no fucking rules. You do what the fuck you want to do, but you have to take calculated risk and you have to understand, like, you can't be 40 years old and still trying to make a living off this shit. Because statistically, that is very, very low. Now, you could be in that 1% or that 5% or whatever may occur, but you can't be like, bang, I'm in the fucking studio all night and you fucking 45 years old. Still out here trying to get shit popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's an art and a science. It's an art. It's an art and a science. You know what I'm saying? Like, people try to project their insecurities on you and they try to project the system on you, and that you should believe. And it's always that person that keeps going that comes out, victorious if you keep pushing. But again, it has to be calculated and it has to make fucking sense, my nigga. Like, rapping is something you can do after work. That's just my final statement on that. Like, that's something you can do after work. That ain't nothing you got to dedicate all day and all night to, especially at fucking 40 years old. So do you ever tell like these rapping friends that they shouldn't rap anymore? Like, who are you as a friend when these types of listen to my mixtapes come up?
I mean, I be listening to it. Like, I just, I don't, it's weird because like I have a weird relationship with my friends. I'm an asshole. So like, and I'm blunt. And so I've tried to curb my bluntness a bit. Like, I be telling niggas like, if the song's trash, I'm gonna tell a nigga I don't like the song. And that's just the reality of it. Like, I'm very forthcoming in that. Like, in terms of like, y'all should stop rapping and shit. I don't want to be the person to like squash your nigga dreams like that. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell a nigga like, nah, that shit ain't it, bro.
Yeah.
I'll tell a nigga that, but I also tell niggas that shit dope. But like, and it be dope. But I don't know if it's, it's not going to resound to the masses, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's just, but again, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not the nigga that dim niggas lights and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just be, when I go around niggas and shit, I just be telling niggas what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what you need. You need to buy a house. You need to get your credit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, like, all I can do is pour into niggas like the good shit the rapping that they pouring into me. I can pour into them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I can pour into the shit that I got going on, the credit and houses and, you know, fucking ownership and shit and like that. Like, so that's the shit I'd be doing. You know what I'm saying? All I can control is what I can control. I give niggas feedback, you know, as it pertains to what they're providing. But if they ask me, should I still rap? I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? But I probably would say
still rap. You used to rap?
Nah. Well, yeah, but nah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about.
But hey, I just got to
rap.
Oh, I thought you said you used to rap because I was.
Nah, I used to rap. Sure.
What was your name? I didn't know this. What was your name?
I had them shits was trash. What the fuck was my shit? Butcher was one.
Butcher.
And
Be Butcher.
I forgot the other one. Maybe Lil Slim or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, I
that
think it was
name
Lil
is trash.
But yeah, Butcher was one. That shit was, I mean, and it's funny is because I actually got one of my homeboys sent me some of that old music and shit. Shit was trash.
Bro,
it actually won't trash.
You need to send me that. I need to hear
cool.
that.
No, I'm not sending it.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. It's proprietary. But yeah, it's my intellectual property. I'm holding on to it. But,
fun fact, I wanted to be an intellectual property lawyer.
That shit, I mean, like, it was dope for what it was, but I didn't love, the reason I started rapping, I didn't love rapping. Like, I love music more than I love rapping. Like, I didn't love, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool because I've always been good with words and shit like that, but I didn't like the way I rapped. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, fuck that shit, you know? And then again, I wanted some money. Like, I seen how all that fuck shit that was coming on and the bureaucracy and the politics and all that. Like, y'all niggas ain't getting no money. Fuck that. I'm about to get some bread. So that's how that's how I played it. But again, and I think it was just more so because all the niggas I was around used to rap. So like pretty much every nigga that like has been involved with hip hop in some capacity, like seeing it, you know, performed and like all my niggas, like I had 30 niggas that used to rap and shit. Well, probably not 30, but like 10 to 15 niggas that I used to be around used to rap. So it's just, we be high as hell in the studio and shit. Of course, like I'm a goddamn, you know, write some shit or whatever. But then like in terms of like me trying to hear and shit and put it out, fuck all that, my nigga. I ain't finna do all that. I don't love it like that.
B, I used to write raps when I was a teenager, and I feel like me and you should do a rap song together. That would be great. That would be, why not? It would be fun.
I'm straight. I'm not rapping. I got mad producers for you. I can get you. Like,
bro, I ain't trying to get on. I'm just trying to do some fun shit. I'm just trying to have your X-rap skills and my X-rap skills come together.
None of that. Nope. I'm straight.
Damn, you was that trash?
Nah, I was nice. I just didn't. I don't like my raps.
It wasn't nice if you're not going to show us you nice.
That doesn't mean I don't have to show. Just because
yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does, my nigga.
Nah, that doesn't.
Listen,
you're not gonna gas me.
Do you hear how much trash rap is out here? Like, I feel like we'll at least hit at a midpoint.
Nah, I'm straight. I don't even want to. Like, I don't want to do it. Like, I'm Joe Budden to this shit. Like, I've retired. Like, it would be nothing.
That's whack as fuck, bro. I think that would be so fucking fun. I think that would be a fun thing to do.
I've recorded mad music in my day. I'm straight.
I've never recorded any music in my day.
Oh, where? Yeah,
I didn't say I was a rapper. I said I used to write raps when I was a teenager. You were a full-fledged rapper at some point in time.
I wasn't.
You were B Butcher.
I used to just rap. And I used to be around niggas. A full-fledged rapper was a nigga that was like trying to do shows and put their music out. I didn't give a fuck if anybody.
You was just high freestyling in the booth.
Nah, not even. I used to write. I mean, I was, like I said, I was nice and shit. I just didn't like my delivery and shit. Like, it was dope, but like, and it could have probably gotten much better if I'd have kept with it, but I just didn't love it. So I wasn't gonna give it my all. Like, I love getting.
What did other people say about your rap style?
It was nice because it's funny because like I sent it to like my man sent it to the group chat and shit. Like, it's a group chat with a bunch of niggas that, you know, and niggas was like, yo, that nigga B was nice. And I'm like, not really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, like, I'm cool. Like, my best friend and shit, he was super nice though. Like, he was nice. And, like, listening to it now, like, he was extremely nice. But he was like, shit, I was nice too. I was like, nah, I'm not. He was like, nah. He was like, you had the best verse on some shit. I was like, no, I definitely didn't. But, you know. Oh, whatever. Man,
you fucking with me. Cause I wanna fucking hear this shit now.
No,
like,
I'm not, that shit is not seeing the light of day, my friend. My old lady wanna hear this shit.
Hey, Tiff, get us that though. Get us them B Butcher rhymes, man. We need to hear these B Butcher rhymes, man. I think it'd be dope. I think it'd be dope for you to, throw that out. I never knew that, that you rap like that.
Yeah. I used to write mad. I got mad songs. Not mad. I probably recorded like 6 or 7 songs, maybe, give or take. Cause I forgot about the one that I probably recorded maybe 10 at the most, I guess. Cause like niggas had mixtapes and all that shit. That shit was corny. That shit was trash. I hated it. And I hate it now.
You know what's crazy? Be like people saying like, oh, like you saying niggas saying like your shit was fire, like blah blah blah. Like I just feel like sometimes we are our worst critics. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's true. Absolutely.
I don't like my voice when I have to edit. I don't like listening to it when I hear it.
Yeah,
on Instagram.
I only listen to the pod like that. Like just cause one, I've relived this shit, but like I be like, I hate hearing myself. Yeah.
But do you know how many people be like, yo, I just love your voice. Like, I could just listen to you all day. Like, or motherfuckers like, your voice is so fucking sexy. Or, like shit like that. And you like, yo, like, word, thanks, appreciate it. However,
have you heard my shit?
I just like, that shit is trash, bro. Like, that shit is trash. But people love it. You know what I'm saying? So, B Butcher might be nice. Huh?
Yeah, I'm cool. Like, I'm straight. Like I'm fine. I just enjoy music. I enjoy other niggas rapping and shit. And I'm just do a podcast or so.
Just do a podcast. Just put my voice out there for the podcast. And when you get your Quiet Storm gig, I got you.
For sure. Thomas the Thrill Hill.
Thomas the Thrill Hill. That is right. I forgot that was your fucking, that was your joint. We've been gone for a minute. How was the versus battle?
Which one?
The Patty. How did you like? You didn't watch it?
Nah, I'm cool on that. I was watching football. I think football and the playoffs was on. I definitely wasn't watching that.
Damn, I thought you was an old school type person too.
I am. I'm cool though. I didn't feel like that was a little too old for me. Like, I'm probably sure it was really dope. I just didn't really feel like it wasn't nothing it wasn't must see IG for me.
Gotcha. So I watched it. It was good. I love the energy. I felt like their energy should have been the Monica and Brandy energy, that they had. But what I realized is I don't know as many songs as I thought I knew. Like, I was just like, Gladys, fucking Patti LaBelle. I should know all these shits. They old school songs. This Patti LaBelle. This Gladys Knight. I probably didn't know 50-60% of the songs they played. And I was like, fuck. Like, why don't I know these? Why I've never heard these songs? Like, but you know how verses is. It go down to what they pick. It don't necessarily be the top 20 on the charts. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't watch it. It was good. It was cute. Like, I liked it. I loved the energy.
I saw clips of it, but.
And Patti LaBelle, I love Patti LaBelle. I've always loved Patti LaBelle.
Yeah, like, Patti good. I like her.
Like, if I had to pick any old school R&B diva to be my aunt or my grandma, it would be Patti LaBelle. And she cooks her fucking ass off. So, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was dope. They brought out Dionne Warwick. It was past Dionne bedtime.
Dionne Warwick cannot sing. Like, I hate Dionne Warwick's voice. I always have.
That's what friends are for.
I hated it.
You don't like that shit?
I hated it. Like, I like that song, but I hated her voice. Her voice was stinky butt.
Oh my God. How you gonna say that about Dionne Warwick? I don't even know if I know enough Dionne Warwick songs to even judge, to be completely honest. I think I know Dionne Warwick more than I know Dionne Warwick songs.
Super pop star. Like, she was like a pop star at her time. Like, she was, like groundbreaking and shit. Like, she was special.
She wasn't more special than the main two people that was up there, I don't feel like.
Well, in terms of like Hollywood, but Dionne Warwick used to do like acting and shit like that. She was more like well-rounded, I guess, in terms of like her stardom and shit. Like, she used to be on fucking sitcoms and shit like that when black people were
What sitcom?
Look it up. I don't know.
You be saying shit, you should at least have one fucking sitcom if you gonna say she was on sitcoms.
She used to do, like, it was, I'd be on Mad Black History shit. So, like, it's one of them fucking posts I read, like, it was like mad shit that she had done, like, in her time that wasn't being done. Like, she was one of the only black women on TV type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, mad shit.
She's 79 years old. It was definitely past her bedtime. Yeah, I mean, I'm on her Wikipedia right now and it has over 11 bullets. So that tells you that you had a full life here. I'm trying to look for her hits so I could be like, yeah, I know the Dionne Warwick hits. Let me see. Walk On By. I think I know that. I Say a Little Prayer for You. I know that. Do you know The Way to San Jose? I feel like we know that song. You know that song?
Mm-mm.
I'll Never Fall in Love. Then Came You with the Spinners. 75. It's probably because, so it's probably because Dionne Warwick ain't really did much since 1992. Why we don't know a whole lot. But I didn't know that Superwoman was performed by the three of them and not Karen White. Do you know the song Superwoman? I'm Not Your Superwoman?
Yeah.
I never knew that until they sang it. And I was like, I thought Karen White was the person to sing this song. But it looks like they were nominated for a Grammy. Her, Gladys Knight, and Patti LaBelle in 1992. For
right?
that. Now I'm about to look up Karen White and see when Karen White did Superwoman. Let's see. All right, so y'all getting y'all history live on Jamaica. Let me see. When did she do Superwoman? Well, it looked like Karen White did do the song before them. And then they did it again? That's weird. I need to get to the bottom of this Superwoman thing because Superwoman is like one of my favorite songs. Like I remember from being young. Like I'm Not Your Superwoman.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, fuck these niggas. Not your fucking Superwoman. But it looked like she did that shit in like 1989. And then they did the song in 1992. So I'm trying to figure out what's popping with that. But anyway, to wrap all that up, it was a cute versus. I told my mom about it. She was just like, I don't know. If it was like that Brandy and Monica, like basically like she cool. Cause that was her first verses. She wanted to watch Brandy and Monica and she didn't like it. So she wasn't, really fucking with that shit. Before we get into B's Black Facts, do you know that your nigga Trump threatened to defund, California schools because they were instituting 1619 project into their curriculum?
Yeah, he's trying to come up with some shit called 1776 or some shit like that to like counteract it or some shit like that. Yeah.
Why niggas trying to change history?
Yeah, I don't know.
That is just so crazy. And for you to be this, I mean, let me take that back. It's not so crazy. It's Donald fucking Trump. So I take that statement back. It's just, I don't know. I think the audaciousness, it just always takes me aback. Like niggas don't even try and shit. You know what I'm saying? But, last, before we get into that, what do you think about the, Breonna Taylor settlement? The $12 million Breonna Taylor settlement?
I mean, congratulations to them, but, they don't bring their daughter back and their killer is still at large, so it's just some fuck shit. They were supposed to be releasing some shit about the thing today or whatever. Yeah. About the decision, but I don't know if that's happened or not.
They were supposed to do it, as of, probably about 8:00. Today they had nothing happen. However, the mayor had declared a state of emergency today.
So that must be one thing.
Exactly. For potential civil unrest, and has canceled, all days off for police and, told them to prepare for like 12-hour work shifts. So we already know what the answer is about to be.
Right.
They already know what's about to go on. And I don't care how much fucking money y'all give them. I don't feel like money is justice.
Hell no.
Niggas need to go to jail for fucking murder. Period.
Yeah. That's it.
It ain't no gray in that. You need to go to jail for murder. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if your job didn't train you properly. I'm sorry if you just a scared motherfucker. You kill somebody that didn't deserve it. Any regular person goes to jail. And, that's always the thing with me that rubs me about, the civil suit versus the criminal suit. I'm glad her family got some money. You know what I'm saying? That should help them with some of their hardships. But exactly like you said, it doesn't bring their daughter back. So what are we really doing? You saying, oh, we found them liable financially, but not criminally. So I just want to say to everybody, keep looking for justice for Breonna Taylor, because she was literally laying in her bed. Like, ain't nothing you can say as to why they went in there and killed people. I just find it blows my mind that any of us could do anything minuscule in our regular jobs and possibly get fired. At the very least, get fired. You know what I'm saying? And you go in killing people and you Gucci. That's crazy. So, justice for Breonna Taylor, man. Justice for Breonna Taylor. And, California fires, that's still going on?
I think so. I know they have them in Oregon.
Yeah, the fires that are going on. I have a friend out, San Fran who sent me a picture, and it looks just like the pictures that are online where everything is red and it look fucking scary and shit like that. So, still prayers going out to them and get that shit together. And I heard, Lake Charles just, got the bull water alert off. I was talking to motherfuckers this weekend. They didn't even know. Shit went on in Lake Charles in Louisiana with the whole hurricane shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much going on in 2020.
Yeah, shout out my nigga Mac. They robbed his house and shit. Looter stole his fucking drawers.
What?
He stole everything. Yeah, shit fucked up.
Damn. He live in Lake Charles?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yep. Niggas broke into his crib after the fact and stole all his goddamn clothes down to his fucking drawers.
That's
wild nigga steal nigga drawers.
What type of, did he speak on any type of no, not at all, Mac. Mac, I hate that they stole your drawers, but I don't want to know what kind. Mac don't seem like a tidy whitey type name. Seem like a boxer brief type name. But did he say anything about any type of federal relief that they're getting?
FEMA down there, but I don't know if I don't know. They got insurance. Their house was a tree came in the middle of their house, so they're getting that repaired and shit. But they, insurance is taking care of most of that shit.
That's good. Yeah. So, tip prayers up and donations and all that stuff to the people of Lake Charles. Again, 2020 just been so crazy that it's hard to keep up with the plethora of things that's going on, the plethora of fuck things that's going on. And, election is coming up. Today is National Voter Registration Day. If you're not registered to vote, please register to vote and please vote. This is a critical time. I honestly and truly believe if we go through 4 more years, we will be no more. It will just be a dystopian fucking planet or a dystopian fucking continent after 4 more years of this shit. So vote. That's all I got to say. But we'll get into, skibbity bee bop, B's Black Facts. You ready to give up some Black Facts, B?
What's today? The 22nd? 23rd? What's today?
Yes, the 22nd. As we're recording, it is the 22nd.
Yeah, so, on September 21st, 1998, Florence Flojo Griffin, born Dolores Flores Griffin, died in Mission Viejo, California. She was an African-American sprinter who set the world records in the 100-meter dash, she ran 10.49 seconds, and the 200-meter dash, which she ran 21.34 seconds, that have stood since 1988. She started running at the age of 7, chasing jackrabbits to increase her speed. In 1980, she entered the University of, I don't know if she's from Florida. Yeah. Where is she from? She died. I don't know. Let's see. Cause I mean, motherfuckers in Florida chase jackrabbits is the reason that I said that. Which is it's known. Like, that's how a lot of these people, like a lot of Florida dudes who play football and run track, they used to chase jackrabbits to get their speed. And that's an actual
Who the fuck is chasing iguanas? Because Florida is fucking full of fucking iguanas of all fucking sizes. Some of them look like the fucking Loch Ness monster.
I don't know what the natural predator for those are.
We need those.
But yeah, so in 1980, she entered the University of California in LA, trained with Coach Bob Curse. At the 1984 Olympics in 1984, she won a silver medal in the 200-meter race and quickly became a media celebrity with 6-inch decorated fingernails and eye-catching racing suits. And if you know anything about Florida, she used to have the long nails and shit, which was weird.
She used to have the long nails. She used to have the suit with the one leg out, kind of a thing Serena did a couple times, like that. She was known for her little swag or whatever.
Yeah.
In addition to her skill set.
She retired in 1989. Griffith Jordan established a foundation for underprivileged children from 1993 to 95, who served as a co-chair of the President's Council on Physical Fitness. A comeback attempt in 1996 ended with leg injury. But yeah, she passed away on not this day, but a day previous in 1998. So shout out to FloJo. She was dope. I remember her. My mom used to watch FloJo and shit, and enjoy her races and shit. So shout out to her.
Shout out to FloJo. You ready to get into some little shit?
Yeah, let's do it.
Little shit is our pop culture segment, and this is where we talk about all the fuck shit on your timeline. I drank a lot. I drank a lot over the past 4 to 5 days. But because I'm true to the show, I have a glass of wine. B, do you have any narcotics? Do you have any little bud?
I've been tired of drinking and smoking, man. I've been doing a lot of that over this past 6 months. So I've been trying to relax, but I definitely hit the weed today. But no drinks, just bud. I try to only drink on the weekend.
I am, after today, I am attempting to do a detox. My mom and shit will be here soon, so I won't have any choice because I'm not going to be able to smoke in my house. I do that out of respect. So, I will probably not be on anything. But yeah, I definitely need to smoke and I need to drink, but I won't. Just to get through this shit, because work been getting on my fucking nerves. But that's neither here nor there. I won't take you guys down that path with me today because it's a fucking buzzkill. But we'll get into Cardi. On September 15th, Cardi has filed divorce papers in Georgia courts for her marriage with Offset. And it is stating that it's irretrievably broken and there is no prospects of reconciliation. Reconciliation. I feel like I fumbled on that.
Hey, Todd. Hey, Todd. That's the funniest shit in the world to me.
Oh, yeah, you sent me one of those today.
That should be hilarious.
No, they are.
Hey,
funny.
Todd. Looks like the was trying to say. Shit is fucking hilarious, man. Go for it. Go ahead.
You could. She says that, Offset has basically been unfaithful yet again, and they share a 2-year-old daughter together, Culture, Cardi, and they go back to court on, November 4th. Cardi had issue because I'm not going to even lie. When I read this, I thought the same thing. I said, Cardi old ride or die bitch. She can deal with a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like, them type bitches can deal with a lot of shit. I said, the only thing that I feel like will break this up is if he got somebody pregnant. So I'm assuming not only myself, but myself and the entire internet was thinking the same thing. Like, he had to get somebody pregnant. So Cardi went on her Instagram live and said that he didn't get anybody pregnant. She said she don't know where that shit came from. She said people need to stop believing the blogs. People have said that she's doing this for attention. She says that she has a #1 album. She has millions of followers on Instagram. Why does she need to do anything for attention? Which I do agree with that part. But they're no more. According to Cardi, she's over it. She's tired of being embarrassed. She's tired of being embarrassed. She tired of this nigga embarrassing her. So for a little background information, y'all also know that Cardi has caught charges for this nigga. You know what I'm saying? She's went and beat up bitches that he has allegedly messed with or whatever the case may be. She was real ride or die. They got married secretly like 3 years ago, and when we found out they were married, it was because of a cheating scandal that went on. B, did you see this coming? Who won the office pool? Like, what do you think about this?
I didn't hear anything about the cheating part. She just, from what I heard, she was saying that she just got mad at being mad. Like, she just got tired of being arguing and fighting and all that type of shit. But, I hate to see that happen. I'm all for, black love and marriage and, stable households and shit like that, for kids and shit like that. But, you gotta do what's best for you. So, much success to them and their future endeavors and shit. But
she gave them the old, you leaving the job, going to another job type speech. Good luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah, for sure.
I honestly felt like they were probably married longer than I would have expected. I just don't for real be like, and maybe you can give us some free game on like just the nigga aspect, like the male aspect of it. I just don't understand why. I don't understand why, people get in relationships and just are serial cheaters. Like, I do understand that shit happens. You might cheat.
But she ain't say that. She ain't say it wasn't because of cheating though. She said specifically it wasn't because of cheating though.
Well, she did point out that she was tired of being embarrassed. She did point that out. Yeah. So whatever that may mean, she's tired of being embarrassed. But she said
specifically that it's not cheating or him having a baby. She said that. She did say that was a lie. So, I'm only going by what she said. Yeah. But, niggas is just niggas. It's, I
just don't understand why get married. Like, you are a rock star. You are young. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I feel like Jay-Z created this whole, okay, so prior to Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I feel like I'm crediting Jay-Z and Beyonce for this. I feel like prior to Jay-Z and Beyonce, it was known in the industry that you're supposed to appear single. If you talk to any of your rappers in the 90s and the 2000s, they'll tell you like, yo, like, the record label wanted me to appear single so that women could like me and blah, 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 blah. And it was all part of the marketing. And then Jay-Z and Beyonce got together and Jay-Z made it cool. Like, listen, this is what you do. You snatch up the baddest bitch in the game. Right. And I feel like that's what rappers are doing right now. I feel like they looking for whoever is like the hottest in the game. And they snatching her up, Offset did it with Cardi and, Quavo doing it with Sweetie. And it's, all of these people, all of these rappers who you wouldn't normally see flocking to committed relationships or marriage or things like that are now flocking to that shit for the clout. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they're doing that shit because, all right, this is good marketing. Marriage is a business deal. You should have love and all that shit, but at the end of the day, you sign the paperwork because it solidifies a business. It's basically an LLC after a certain point in time. Like, that's what it is. So you got all of these guys flocking to these women, but they don't really want to be married or they don't want to be in a relationship. Like, you can be totally single. You can be a whole fucking Trey Songz out this bitch. or Drake or whomever and just knock down bitch after bitch after bitch and don't have to answer to nobody. Why lock somebody down if you know you don't want to be single? Like, what's the game? Like, give us the game from a male perspective. Cause as a female, I don't understand it.
I mean, niggas have always like had girlfriends and wives and shit and have always cheated. You know what I'm saying? Like that goes back to just the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? So that, in terms of,
what's the goal of the wife then? What is the goal of the girlfriend or the wife? What is your reason for locking in a girlfriend or a wife when you're going to be out here cheating? Still.
I mean, you always got a bottom bitch. You know what I'm saying? That goes even into pimping. You know what I'm saying? Like you always got the one main bitch that you feel like is, all the way down for you. You know what I'm saying? So that just,
because a bitch is faithful to you, you decide to fucking screw her over multiple times.
I mean, I guess I don't know.
I'm asking. I'm not a nigga. Like I said, I don't know.
That's just what it is. Like niggas just like women. You know what I'm saying? Like majority of the time, like niggas just like women and women are the hardest drug to kick in the fucking history of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very difficult. You know what I'm saying? So, and especially when you have, infinite amounts of money and infinite amount of fucking, like Chris Rock said, a man is only as faithful as his options. You know what I'm saying? So if you in parties and fucking shit every fucking day and seeing the most beautiful women on top of the beautiful women, like niggas was cheating on Halle Berry. You know what I'm saying? Jay cheated on Beyonce. Like niggas just cheat. Like, it's just.
Niggas just ain't shit is what the fuck you telling us right now.
I mean, it just, again, niggas mature different. Like some niggas just be maturing different. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes certain things for certain people. Like everybody reach their bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like you got drug addicts. It takes 40, 50 years for them to reach their bottom. You got some that take 10, 15 years for them to reach their bottom. Like everybody got their bottom. You know what I'm saying? And
So basically women, y'all need to be that nigga bottom. Y'all need to leave that nigga. I feel like women condone so much shit. They condone so much shit, and I'm not built with that gene. Like, I'm not built with that female gene. Like, I'm not a bottom bitch type bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that. I was never built like that. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all roads lead to slavery.
Like, so all roads lead to slavery. Like, back in Africa, we had multiple wives. Like, then historically black men have had, and if you go back to the beginning of time, niggas had multiple wives and shit. And the white man came and fucking conquered us all and indoctrinated us with his fucking beliefs and shit. And then, just for him to be doing the same shit that niggas is doing, but they put on, the holy matrimony and under one God and one relationship and all that shit. And so technically, it's not in our nature. It's not in black men's nature. If you go back, like you can even look in the fucking Bible. Abraham had multiple women. There's multiple wives. Fucking somebody else. Matthew had like 2 or 3 wives. Like that shit just, that shit is just what it is. But again, these niggas like, form shit for themselves and put it, put that on us. But if you go back in history of Africa, like African men had multiple wives. So
yeah, but that ain't got shit to do with Keisha today, and you constantly lying to her and telling her that you're gonna be faithful, and you're out here fucking screwing everything walking like with no regard. I just feel like that's such a fuck repayment. Like you my bottom bitch, you hold me down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hurt you every single day. That's a wild concept to me, bro. And that's a wild concept. Listen. One thing I always tell people is that humans gonna do what the fuck they do. And y'all need to stop trying to pull people out of their character. Cause a shitty person is a shitty fucking person. Period. If a person gonna cheat, man, woman, whatever, that's what the fuck they gonna do. Like I was having a conversation this weekend that women feel like they pussy do something different. It don't. If a nigga wanna feel, or a person, I ain't gonna even say nigga, cause I know bitches out here getting it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing is like, what brings somebody down? You know what I mean? Like, it just seemed like such a fucked up trade. Like, you loyal to me. So my repayment for you being loyal to me is fucking making you hurt every single day. When I feel like women are so loyal, you could tell a woman like, look, I'm not ready to be in a relationship. I want to go out here and do me. And I feel like 70% of women gonna still rock with you. At least you coming clean though. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to come clean. People don't have no integrity. They don't have no, like, you a rock star. Like, I feel like, yo, if you with a person and you come up with them through the hard shit and they pop off and they got access to people, money, places, and things that they've never had access to, you need to go ahead and just either ride it out because you want the amenities that come with that, or break up with them because they're gonna cheat. Anybody. I feel like literally anybody who has access into a brand new world of fame, fortune, and unlimited beautiful people, regardless of what you into, flesh is weak. The flesh is weak. You know what I'm saying? But it's the difference between having weak flesh and no integrity. And that's the thing. I feel like that's fucked up. Like you had no integrity about yourself. You out here got your, and then people don't even cheat discreetly, my nigga. Like you cheat with bitches who about to go on the blogs, or Selena Powell, or, you know what I mean? Like bitches like that. Like you ain't even cheating with no bitch that's one, upgrade from your bitch, or a quiet bitch. Like, come on, fellas, have some type of discretion. Like, do some, at least respect your lady enough to not embarrass her. And that just be my thing. Like, don't embarrass people, man. Like, don't embarrass people. Like, that's fucked up. Then you even wonder why motherfuckers end up on Snap and shit like that. But again, this lasted longer, than I expected. Cardi, I'm rooting for you to get with a slightly older nigga. He gonna cheat on you too, probably. However, give a slightly older nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can't be getting with somebody that's your age, cause Offset like the same age. Offset was like 26. So he probably technically like 21 in the head. You know, y'all got this daughter together. Hopefully he's still a good dad. But that's another qualifier too, B. Like, you have these guys who have all these multiple babies by multiple women. Like, why you think your baby gonna be different? You know what I'm saying? And then you name your baby after this nigga album. We always joke about Sierra naming her baby Future. I know she fucking regrets that every fucking day. Having to say that shit, call that nigga Future. Like, be wise. That's my advice to anybody, male, female, whatever. Look at them flags. People not gonna change, bruh. People not gonna change. Look, listen with your eyes. Cause a motherfucker gonna tell you whatever to get you to stay in any gender. They gonna tell you whatever the fuck to get you to stay. Look at what they actions are. If you forgive a person twice, you've accepted the behavior and it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. Do you agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
If you forgive a person twice.
Fool me once, fool me twice.
Facts. Cardi and Offset getting, divorced is little shit.
Shit.
Yeah, that shit. I don't like to see families broken up, but you already knew what you was getting into, Cardi. So that shit. So Bronny James, the son of, LeBron James, has gone viral, because the 15-year-old was seen smoking what appears to be a blunt on his Instagram story. It was removed, but screenshots went fucking wild, like wildfire. And you know, everybody got their opinions on, Bronny James. What was your thoughts when you saw Bronny James or heard about Bronny James fucking smoking weed on live?
Sound like a 15-year-old nigga.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think much of it, man. Like, kids are kids. Kids smoke weed. They just have to have, like, if I had a phone when I was 15, I'm definitely on live smoking weed. Like, so, I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, my dad ain't LeBron, but at the same time, I'm still like a 15-year-old just trying to figure it out, and had some bud and probably stole my dad's bud and rolled up, you know.
Hey, he around rich white kids. I'm sure he probably just got some. Like,
yeah, or his dad's bud, too. Pretty sure LeBron get high. But, or his mama, you know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas from Akron, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers smoke weed, so. I say shit was fucked up. Niggas, the internet is a wild fucking place. That shit, somebody was like, y'all niggas talking shit about Bronny James smoking weed, but they talking shit about Dwayne Wade smoking dick. Dwayne Wade smoking dick. I was like, Jesus Christ. Shit
yeah,
was
the
wild,
internet
man.
off the chain, cause I definitely rolled my eyes at that.
I was like, God damn.
rolled my eyes at that. I was like, y'all niggas is off the fucking chain, bro.
Shit, boy. But nah, man. I mean, little nigga smoking weed, man. The fuck? Like, he ain't, you know, he ain't doing shit else that no other 15-year-old ain't doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just unfortunately documented like all these little niggas be doing all this shit that they ain't supposed to be doing and putting it on, you know, putting it on Front Street. But if I had a phone when I was 15, I definitely was smoking weed at 15. So I definitely probably would have got them been on live, you know, smoking bud and shit, doing all type of crazy shit if I was 15, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, you learn, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure his daddy had a stern talking to him about it, but you know, shit, what can you do?
You know, it's interesting because you said you were 15 right now, you would be doing that. And I always be wondering, like, when I'm dealing like with my nieces and shit like that, who was 14 and my other niece will be 15, in a few weeks. Would I be doing that shit? And like, for me and the type of child that I was, I don't think that I personally would. I did shit, but like, even like to this day, like I might tell my mom some shit that I did, like she be totally surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because I was an A student. I played all the sports. I was in all the clubs. I was always where I was supposed to be. And I was definitely 100% a sneaky child. Like, it's so much shit that I did, but I never got in trouble because I wasn't dumb enough to do some of the shit that these kids do. You know what I'm saying? Even back in my day, you know what I'm saying? Shit motherfuckers was doing. And I always used to be like, look, like, nigga, like, you can maneuver through this shit. You ain't gotta be reckless with the shit. So I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always kind of been me, but I'll just be like, damn, like, it's kind of fucked up only because you can't pick your parents. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just, even though having LeBron James as a father is a whole fucking blessing, you don't get the luxury of privacy. You don't get the luxury of kind of going through normal kid shit and teenage shit in private. You know what I'm saying? Right. I remember when, I think it was Malia Obama was caught smoking and everybody went up about that. Like, but you know what was actually funny is I feel like when Malia was caught smoking, there was a little bit more, leniency as far as like internet polling that was going on, cause they were just like, man, you know, let her be. She can't help it who her father is, whatever. But I saw some niggas going in on like LeBron James' son. But I think it bothered me more when he was with the white bitch than smoking weed. He got the white chick doing bop it with his head and shit. What was the meme? It's like, oh, you sent the second part of the meme.
Umar, yeah,
with Dr. Umar.
He was just there. That nigga, I forgot about that. That was funny shit. That was funny as hell. Oh, yeah, I forgot all about that.
I was like, girl, LeBron needs to get home ASAP. I don't know what's going on while he in that fucking bubble, but my boy is fucking white girls and smoking weed online. But listen, I get it. He don't get that privacy, but like, as a parent, like, listen, part of this legacy, and not only that, he's an aspiring, basketball star. You know what I'm saying? Himself. And so like, listen, I understand you don't get the privacy that you would like as a child, but you get in this fucking life. So it's always a this for that. Everything ain't gonna be copacetic. You need to get your fucking ass together. Cause I know I would cuss my regular child out for fucking smoking weed on fucking live. Like, have some fucking decorum about yourself. Like, you know better than that. You know what our family is. You know we black. You know they gonna try and rake us over the coals for everything. You 15. You at a good, you know, learning place right now. What do you think that talk was? What do you think the talk was from LeBron? You think he was like super fucking cool with it? Like, man, just don't do that again? Or you think Bron was like super stern?
Nah, Bronny trying to, you know, he hoop and shit. So like, you know, at the end of the day, like he don't want, you know, that shit to fuck up his, you know, potential in terms of, you know, getting on a team and going to college and shit and, you know, just fucking up his future. So I'm sure, you know, I mean, it was a dad talking to. I'm pretty sure like, you know, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? You fucking tripping. Like, you ain't regular. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm pretty sure it won't just like, like it's all good, bro. Like you can't do it. Like you can't do that to black boys. You can't just, pacify and shit. You got to talk to them like a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Cause that shit fits in. You real. Like this shit, couple more years, you know what I'm saying? You outside type shit. So.
That is true.
You gotta talk to him like a man. He a man.
I feel you on that. LeBron's son, smoking weed online is lit shit.
It's lit, man. Fuck it. Little nigga, have fun. Don't do it no more.
It's shit. Get your fucking ass together and smoke that shit in your friend's backyard like everybody else. Don't be fucking up our money. It's moral clauses in certain contracts.
I don't think that weed fucking up Brian money.
Listen, I don't give a fuck if it's $1 million contract I didn't get. I'm pissed. I don't care if I got fucking 600 million to go with that shit. Like, that's just me though. That's just me. Let's get to this subject because this is one of, your woman crush Wednesdays. So the Brat opened up about her relationship with LeBron. Sorry, LeBron. That was a slip. The Brat opened up about her relationship with Allen Iverson, in an interview with, Candy Burris. The Brat, who is now 46, I did not know the Brat was that old. I did know, but I don't know. It just doesn't process for me that the Brat is almost 50 years old. But the Brat, who is 46 years old, sat down with Candy Burris on her YouTube talk show called Speak On It. And they candidly spoke about, relationships and, her sexuality and her relationship with fucking Allen Iverson. And she basically said that they had a good relationship. She said she used to wake up, pick out his clothes, jack his dick off, and cook breakfast. She said, she did the things he liked and made sure that he was happy, and in return, he spoiled her and she was happy. She also said that she is a domestic person. She loved to cook and clean and shit like that. I cannot relate. She said she loved to cook and clean and all that shit. And she said it was a good relationship. She said, but he had a lot of hoes. He had a lot of baby mamas and kids. So it lasted for a good while, but she also ended, that part of the segment with she had to beat a bitch up over Allen Iverson. She said they were chilling. Her and Allen Iverson was in the lobby or some bullshit, and a chick came through half naked saying that she was looking for Allen Iverson, and the Brat apparently got offended. Like, oh, you don't see us talking? Like, you just gonna act like I'm not a bitch that's here talking to this nigga. Which was the hilarious part to me of the whole fucking story outside of jacking his dick off. But that was just a funny story to me. She also said in regards to like her sexuality, she said she first started fucking with a girl when she was 17, and between then she messed with, women and men. And, that was kind of her thing where, again, Brat thought she was in the closet. I think they had glass doors. You were always attracted to the Brat. That's why I wanted to get your view on this particular story. What did you think first of all, did you know that Brat and Allen Iverson were together? Cause I think I missed that memo.
Nah, I never knew that. Nah, I never knew that at all.
Brat told some stories about a few niggas too, like, that she used to fuck with, that you be like, first of all, why would you fuck with that nigga? Not AI, cause he was popping at that time, but like, fucking homeboy from, Love and Hip Hop, Rashida nigga. Like, she was fucking with that nigga, like.
She's a fuck with Kirk.
Kirk. For a nigga who act like he don't watch reality, yes, Kirk.
I mean,
she used to fuck with Kirk.
Everybody knows Kirk.
Everybody knows Kirk. She used to fuck with Kirk. So the Brat has a very interesting roster that includes Allen Iverson and Kirk and Mariah Carey. Like, that is a crazy fucking roster. What did you think about this just story as a whole, I guess?
I mean, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to good relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, she was a wild bitch fucking with AI. You know, at the time of, you know, AI being literally like the most, you know, the fucking hip hop NBA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
especially
that
at that time, like the super that nigga, like Bubba Chuck. Goddamn, she was fucking with Bubba Chuck. That's hard though. I mean, but yeah, nah, shit, I don't blame him. Shit, that motherfucker was fine. I used to always love Brat. He got that fat old ass and shit. Shit, Brat was gorgeous to me. I always thought
Brat was pretty. Outside of all them fucking clothes she wear, but I always thought Brat was pretty. But I'm just like, so you sitting there with a 4XT on and basketball shorts, and this nigga got a 4XT on and basketball shorts. How this bitch was supposed to know you was with that nigga? Like, and all of us knew and assumed that Brat was gay. Like, she beat the bitch up because she didn't know she was fucking with Allen Iverson. Like, is that, I know your whole theory about women and like everybody got a pussy. I get it. Is there a point where a woman, for your taste, your personal taste, is there a point where a woman is too masculine presenting, or is all pussy fair game?
So that's a good question. I think I've talked about it, but I find women attractive. Like, that's just the reality of it. Like, if you, no matter how many muscles and all this other shit, well, that's not true. Some bitches just be overdoing it with the muscles and shit. But like, if you still have some soft features as a woman and you're pretty, like, that's always gonna trump all that other shit you got going on. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like me thinking you're pretty and being attractive. Now, like, I've never personally like dated no like tomboy or, you know what I'm saying, no shit like that. Like, I can't recall that. But I mean, I've been attracted to tomboy girls, you know what I'm saying, like that are, you know, I guess would be considered, I don't know, y'all got there's so many fucking labels with the lesbians, but you know, I guess I don't know what the fuck. Is it femme? No, not femme. What's the shit?
I don't know. I don't use verbiage, but yeah, I just say masculine presenting. That's what I say. Yeah. But you know,
stud. That's what I was trying to say. But like, I mean, you know, I don't know. I've been attracted to studs, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because she, you know, if you still like pretty and shit, you just pretty. Like, and you still gonna look like a girl. You can try to do all that shit you want. You can get a brush cut. You can do all that shit. But if you're pretty, you're pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you still a woman. So I don't feel any type of way. Like, you know, like, I'm like, damn, I couldn't fuck with it if, you know, she muscular and, you know, walking around with a strap on and shit. That's weird for me. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. I ain't never really like took it to that level with a girl in that regard, but I've certainly been attracted to girls, you know, that present as masculine. I guess I don't know what the fuck that means.
When you envision,
I would definitely talk to Brat. Like, I would definitely try to bag Brat. Like, if I seen her looking at me, it's on. Like,
so real talk. You see the Brat. And she again, I've always thought the Brat was pretty. I've always thought she was pretty. So you see Brat looking exactly like the Brat, dressed exactly like the Brat. You about to go over and you about to kick your games. Of course, a single be held.
Yeah,
you about to go like, and kick your game to the Brat.
If she looking at me and shit and like giving me some rhythm, you goddamn right. Like, she fine as hell. Like, she's gorgeous. Like, she's a beautiful girl. Like, this is a girl I follow on Instagram who's like, you know, I guess a regular girl or whatever, but her girlfriend finer than her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's a cute girl, like the girl, but her girl is like a stud and she is fucking gorgeous. Like, and look way better than her girl.
Yeah,
you know
just because you're a quote unquote stud doesn't mean you're unattractive.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. And I would talk to her. Like, if she was looking at me like type crazy and shit, and like I was feeling like some type of rhythm, you goddamn right. Like, yeah.
Who is Big Spoon in this scenario? Are you bending over? Who's the Big Spoon?
Come on, my nigga.
Who's the Big Spoon? No, that is a real fucking question. Because listen, I have all types of friends, and I have friends who are very masculine presenting, and they get extremely upset when a nigga try to holler at them because they like, nigga, if you like me, you like niggas because I look like a nigga.
You don't. You look like a girl that's looking like a nigga, that's trying to look like a nigga. That's what you like. Like, it's several of your homegirls that I think are very pretty. You know what I'm saying? Well,
not all of them feel that particular way, but yeah, I feel like majority of my friends are. I don't hang with nobody that's ugly. I don't feel like. I'll reevaluate that in my mind, but I don't think I hang with anybody that I personally consider like unattractive.
Yeah, but in terms of like that, like for example, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, masculine presenting women, I guess is what you dubbed it as. Like, I mean, if a motherfucker if it's some rhythm, like I wouldn't purposely like try to like, you know, seek her out and shit. Like, yo, I'm like, you know, like try to conquest and try to turn. But like, if we vibing and like, and she looking at me and I'm looking at her and we like, you know, and you know, you can just, if it's a vibe and an attraction there that you can like, that's just natural that you can tell, you got that right. Like, I'm not necessarily just gonna go up to him and be like, yo, what's good? I'm trying to goddamn, you know what I'm saying? But like, if we vibing and shit, and like, I say some slick shit and you say some slick shit back, or you say some slick shit, and you know, just the natural order of things, you got that right. Like, I'm not finna, just cause you got on the fucking button up, like, I'm not finna like not try to fuck you.
And both of y'all button ups on the floor. It's
yeah,
hilarious.
hell yeah. You got that ass on in the air though. You know what I'm saying? And that pussy is in there. Like, fuck that. Like, nah, hell no. I never, and all the niggas that I know, majority would not have any, you know, any fucking feel some type of way about fucking no tomboy girl. Cause at the end of the day, you still got a pussy. And when that bra come off and them panties come off, it's going to be a pussy and some titties there.
I think the funny part about it is and it could be different. Everybody's sex is different and everybody is totally different. So I'm not saying that like it's one way, but it's interesting to me because I have been in these conversations, and I think that, you know, certain men feel like, yeah, so once you get undressed, like, yeah, you're just a woman, but you still have to understand that there is a certain attitude and a certain way that people carry themselves. So if they carry themselves just like you carry yourself, now we both naked. Now who on top? Who about to do what? You know what I'm saying? And I have had friends of mine, it's never happened to me, but I have had friends of mine that's just like, yeah, so this dude trying to holler at me and he want me to strap him. Yeah, it just be like some wild fucking shit. Like, you think like this woman who looks just like you, dressed like you, going after the same thing as you is about to be feminine in this bed. So that's where I guess, you know, some of them just like, well, if you like me, then you like niggas, cause I'm about to do the same thing. Like, she's not about to be laying here and being docile and submissive. I just would love to see how that would work. And in the fantasy, because it's not just a dress. It's a lifestyle. It's a way that they carry themselves. It's not like, oh, now everybody's undressed and now it's just this Adam and Eve type euphoria that's about to go on. No, so some decisions gonna have to be made. Who big spoon?
Yeah, well, I mean,
who little spoon? What's about to happen here?
Ain't nothing like none of that weirdo shit going on. Like, we gonna do some traditional sex.
So you want a non-traditional woman, but you feel like it's gonna be some traditional sex.
I mean, for me, that's just, I mean, I can't, like, I ain't with that other shit that you be doing. Like, and if you're not with what I'm doing, I can get that too. You know what I'm saying? But we should know that before we fucking get hot and hasty. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't finna be like, you know, like, we naked and then like, we looking at each other, you bring your dick and I bring my dick. Nah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
We're gonna know well before we get there.
BYOD, bring your own dick.
Nah, this ain't, nah. No way, Jose. I'm not doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Not for me. Niggas be fucking that way. I'm not. It's only gonna be one dick here.
Oh my God. I also know some of the people that you brought up that I know, and I just crack up. I was like, this nigga don't know what he think he would be getting himself into, but it's just.
I mean, I don't want none of them, but like, like Tilly's a pretty lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of like her stature and how she carries herself, like she's still an attractive woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, because she still has soft feminine features is my point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not that I
heard
like,
you. I feel you. I hear what you said. You know, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you on that. I think one of the surprising points to me was that she didn't necessarily say they had sex. She said she would jack his dick off. Yeah. I'm just like, was that all y'all sex? Like, did he not want to penetrate? Were you going through the motions? I don't know. That whole shit was weird for me. I can't even see that setup. I can't even see the Brat and Allen Iverson laying up in the hotel room. I can't wrap my hand around it. I really, really, really can't. I can't see Allen Iverson and all his big ass clothes on the floor and the Brat and all her whole 17 items on the floor cracks me up. I'm sorry. The Brat and Allen Iverson, relationship is little shit.
I fuck with it.
I fuck with it because it cracks me the fuck up. Go for it. Jack off Allen Iverson. My ex looked like Allen Iverson, and that's the only reason I fucked with him. Cause he looked like Allen Iverson. So Allen Iverson was fine back in the day. Back in the day, Allen Iverson was a fine ass nigga back in the day in the Allen Iverson braids.
Definitely used to get the hoes. That nigga he was a fuck. From what I heard, he was an asshole though. But I mean,
yeah,
all the women wanted him and all the niggas couldn't beat him. Yeah. Her used to tear BA up.
Yeah, he used to come play with the niggas at my high school too, cause they were like championship team and shit like that, and they had a bunch of niggas that was supposed to go pro. Shout out to Sheik and Erky and all them.
It's actually a really dope documentary on Showtime that Kevin Durant produces called is it DMV something in the water? No, it's called goddamn, what's the name of that county? What's the county like right outside of DC? PG County. Yeah, PG County, something in the water. It's a really dope documentary on all the fucking like
from PG County.
All the fucking talent that like came from PG County, like that's in the league, like just from PG that has been through the league or in the league. Shit is really dope.
What is that on?
Showtime.
I'll really check dope. That out. I would check that out.
That shit is rich in history and basketball history. Shit dope.
I've had my conversations about, the different areas that I feel like talents come from, but they never get on the map. And I feel like, DC or the DMV area is kind of one of those places that have had a lot of talent, but for whatever reason is not known for that. You know what I'm saying? Last but not least, your boy, Andrew Gillum, who we reported on, in February when all of this shit happened. With him, he did a interview, with Tamara Hall. And this where he basically said he doesn't identify as gay, but he does identify as bisexual. And he's saying that is something that he's never shared with the public before. Again, another closet with glass doors on it. He was emotional, with Tamara Hall and, he basically said that he was inebriated and, this is from when they found him in February, drunk with the drugs and the male prostitute in the Miami hotel and all of that. His wife claims that she knew about his sexuality. You think she lying? You think they got an arrangement? What you think about this whole Andrew Gillum situation?
I mean, definitely knew he was sweet.
Sweetie.
But, I mean, them pictures was wild.
Super wild.
Yeah, that nigga had like meth or some shit, right? He was on some white people drugs and everything. Like,
yeah.
I think it was meth or some shit.
But he seemed like the type that'll be on that type shit. Like he seemed like he feel comfortable with the white people. He seemed like he feel more comfortable with white people.
Meth though, nigga, you ain't gotta do meth.
That is very true.
That's a little extra comfort level there. That's you taking it to the extreme, my boy.
That is very true.
Yeah, you could have just smoked some weed, sniffed some coke. Goddamn, your ass goes to the glass.
Some coke, even some lean. Can we do some black drugs, please, sir?
Nigga, I don't even know how you do crystal meth. But yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, bro, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, not crazy like that, but like, I mean, for one, fuck everybody. I wouldn't tell motherfuckers shit. I can suck my dick. Me and my old lady, we rocking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still running for governor, nigga. Fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I got some changes, but at the same time, like, he might be able to get some extra votes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I don't feel like motherfuckers owe anybody any explanation or anything type shit, but, it's not like you telling us something, it's not like a revelation that we're like, grabbing at our pearls type shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
clutch your pearls.
Yeah.
No, I feel you on that. I think that, I always, I feel like the whole bisexual thing, like, do I believe in bisexuals? Yes, I do. I feel like you can like whatever you like whenever you like it. However, my caveat to that is I feel like black men feel like saying that they're bisexual is kind of in between. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, as long as you like some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Gillum gives me gay. He's always given me gay since I've been made aware of him. And that's fine. He says that he is bisexual. That kind of gives the black people hope. Bisexual gives black people hope that, you know, one day you will go into the ways of the Lord and make your way into heaven, even though they doing all this other fuck shit, cheating, fornicating, all this bullshit. But I feel like that's always, you never really have a black public figure just come out and be like, not never, but you rarely have a black public figure come out and say, I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? They always like, oh, I'm bisexual. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I like women too. Don't burn me at the stake. Like, I like women too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as far as his wife is concerned, listen, I've had some conversations with women and they are surprisingly cool with dating a bisexual man. Now, here's the part for me. This is the part for me. I don't give a fuck if you like men, you like women, you like in between, you like whatever. When you are in a committed relationship, you're committed to that relationship. So unless him and his wife like really had like a pact, like, look, man, you gonna be married and every now and then I'm gonna go out and give me some dick. I also believe in the contract that you set up for your marriage. I don't feel like you have to have a traditional marriage. I don't feel like you have to go by this structure or this construct that has been put together on what a marriage is supposed to be. But I do feel like you're supposed to have an understanding with what are the do's and don'ts of our particular nuptials. So there are people who are polygamous and people who have open marriages. It's people who are swingers. And I feel like that's all good. I'm not here to judge. Y'all know me. Y'all been listening to this podcast long enough. As long as everybody's of age, consenting, and nobody's getting hurt, do what the fuck you want to do. Wild the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. But you can't be like, oh, I'm bisexual. That's why I cheated. Cause that's not an excuse. Because even if you're straight, there's still going to be other people that you want to have sex with. That doesn't mean you can have sex with them or you can cheat just because you're attracted to them too. Monogamy is totally different from sexuality. This is the person you picked. You said these fucking vows to this motherfucker. Do that. I honestly believe that the only reason he came out with this is my hot take. I feel like he came out with this for the LGBT rebrand.
Yeah.
And if you can't get through the regular way, the next best step is to get the LGBT community behind you. And they will fucking ride for you. And when I say the LGBT community, I'm mainly talking about the white ones with the privilege and the money, and they always fighting for some shit, which is great. We need people to fight for shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like LGBT, and then the next group that go as hard as LGBT is PETA. Like, you don't want to fuck with them two groups from a political standpoint. You don't want to fuck with them. And I feel like he's just like, all right, I fucked up. Ain't nobody, cause wasn't nobody thinking about Andrew Gillum in this fucking hotel in 2020 in September. We had so much shit go on with that. I forgot the shit even happened.
Yeah.
Like totally forgot that shit.
That's what I'm saying. You having press conferences and shit. Niggas don't give a fuck, bro.
Exactly. This is a whole LGBT candidate rebrand. And then if you do get, obtain a position, then you get to say, oh, we got this LGBT, because people are always trying to look for people that look like them. And I understand it, whether you gay or a minority or an immigrant or whatever. I understand that. But I feel like this is a rebrand. I honestly do. I just feel like this is a rebrand so that you can stay in your political capacity. But we have Donald Trump as a president. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do, I feel like, at this point in time. As long as you don't kill nobody, you can pretty much get away with anything, these days. So if he probably would have chilled out to 2021 for whatever, whatever role or candidacy or position he trying to get, we wouldn't have thought about that shit. Like, we had fucking murder hornets, earthquakes, hurricanes, COVID, kids in cages, can't go nowhere. We had a lot of shit to go on. We weren't thinking about Andrew Gillum. Not at all.
Right.
Not fucking at all. Andrew Gillum coming out with his bisexuality is lit as shit.
It's lit, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's lit. I think you can be the version of you that you want to present out there, I guess. I honestly don't think it's as noble when you fucking trying to get yourself out of a scandal. But hey, whatever it is, tomato. You ready to give out some advice?
Yep.
All right, let's give out some advice. We're going to get into Ain't Shit in 2 Cents. Ain't Shit in 2 Cents is our listener letter segment where we give advice, to the high and the tipsy, from the high and the tipsy, to y'all niggas. So today's letter or email, is from TJ. And TJ says, "Hey, pod gods, I work part-time for a well-known charitable organization. The organization brings in millions to help with various community initiatives. I receive a monthly stipend of $525. So here is the thing. For the past 3 months, I've received 2 stipends. I have a very common first and last name. It's very John Doe-like. And my theory is that there may be another employee with the same name, possibly. With the same name, maybe because the second stipend is for $550. His stipend is for $525. The second stipend is for $550. He said, I have been chilling and laying back, holding on to the money in case they ask for it back. Even though I need the money for my own expenses, I stay in New York and it is not cheap. I just accepted a full-time job and will no longer be able to work for the charitable organization. Should I look at the glitch as a blessing and keep the money since I'm quitting in 2 weeks? Or should I bring it to their attention and give their money back? I'm not gonna lie, I need the money, but I don't want to go to hell with gasoline draws on. What do y'all think? P.S. Dope show. And that is from TJ.
So TJ listening in New York, that's hard. Are we talking about $25? Didn't he say that he got
he's receiving 2 stipends. His stipend is for $525. The second stipend he receiving is for $550. That's how, I guess that's how he's saying he know it's not for him.
Gotcha. I was thinking, well, first off, why aren't they giving you the $550 as a white? Are you black and the man's white? So if that's the case, then you absolutely should keep that fucking money because that shit is some fucking, discriminatory practices. And Fresh is actually a compliance officer somewhere. So just in case you need to reach out, cause we offer services as well for a fee, to help you get where you need to be. In addition to that, I mean, shit, that ain't got nothing to do with you. Yeah, you finna go? You dead? Hell no. Nah. I'm sorry. Like that. If the other nigga's not getting his stipend, then I'm sure he's gonna address it with them, right? So,
yeah.
Like, that ain't got nothing to do with you. And you finna leave. Like, I can see if you were like gonna stay and shit, but nah. They gonna think, nah. Them niggas shorter than the midget in the puddle.
Yo, that is hilarious. A midget in a puddle. I think the only piece for me, so when I was,
and you only getting paid $500 for a month.
Yeah.
That ain't shit.
I mean, I don't know what this nigga do for him.
Yeah,
cause he
still,
said a stipend, cause a stipend is like, hey, we're going to give you a little something for
like this is
all your fucking hard work.
You know what I'm saying? Like for some working for a month's end time. Like, I mean, it shouldn't nothing to shake a stick at, but at the same time, like, I mean, fuck that.
You like, you earned it.
And you live in New York? Hell no. Nigga, that shit is like a week's worth of rent for fucking. Oh, nah, I'm cool. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. You right as fuck. I think the piece for me was that it is a charitable organization. But the other piece for me that is actually the same piece is it's a well-known charitable organization. And when I think about these well-known charitable organizations, I think about United Way. I think about, fucking, what's that other one? I see the logo in my head. American Red Cross. Society. American Cancer Society, that's the one I was thinking of. Like, I think about those and I think about like Goodwill and like shit like that, where their fucking executives and shit be getting paid like fuck.
Yeah.
Like, they don't be getting paid like no 501c3, like some community organization that's just making it through. They be having a lot of money. So on that side, I'm just like, fuck that shit, like keep that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I also know from a compliance officer standpoint, if you are leaving that company, it's very rare that they're going to ask you for that money back. They're not going to even go through the administrative burden to ask you for that money back. 9 times out of 10.
So they're going to spend that same amount of money trying to get it back.
Facts. And they're going to get their lawyers involved, and that's going to be $525 an hour.
That's a fact.
So if it's well known, if it was like, I ain't gonna lie, if it was like some little organization, you know what I mean, that's in the community, like I grew up with an organization called Martha's Table. Shout out to Martha's Table. I know they still thriving in the Northwest area of DC. Like if it was them, like I would feel bad. Like I would probably get them their money back.
Yeah.
But if it's a big organization, like he said, that make millions, I'm kind of like, look, I'm charity. I need it.
Yeah, I'm finna move, nigga.
Like, I need it. And as of what he's saying right now, we talking about, do the math, we talking about 1650, I think I'm coming up with. It's about 1650 that you've gotten so far. Shit, I say keep that shit, bro. I say keep it. But also listen to your own conscience. And your own fucking mind. Like if your conscience is telling you to get a shit back, then I feel like you should get a shit back, because I feel like karma will manifest itself. Let me tell y'all something. I lied the other day, right? This always happens to me. So I had some shit I needed to do before I went out of town. So I basically, hit him up with like the whoop, like I need to be out for a sick day. Like my eye is inflamed, cause that has happened to me. It's something very common. If I keep my contacts in for too long, my cornea becomes inflamed. And most of the time it's with shit that I had going on this weekend, but my cornea becomes inflamed. I gotta go to the doctor. They gotta give me these fucking drops, and in a day or two, like my shit goes back to normal, right? So I lied about that shit. You want to know what happened to me Friday? My fucking cornea became fucking inflamed while I was in Miami, while I was in Fort Lauderdale. And I looked at myself, I was like, bro, you did that to yourself, cause you fucking lied about it and now it happened. Like, so my conscience just like, that's your fault. You deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta live with you at the end of the day. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta live with you at the end of the day. And if it's eating at you, give it back. If it's not eating at you, keep that shit. It's only $1,600. They ain't gonna crumble.
Right.
They ain't gonna crumble because of that. They will be 100% fine. Like when we talk about fucking stealing from places and shit like that, I really don't give a fuck you stealing from Walmart or any of these other multi-billion-dollar fucking organizations. And they also got insurance for that shit. Like, they good. They gonna be fine.
Yep.
They will be fine. But again, you gotta deal with your own conscience. So however your conscience is set up, I would say listen to that. But my final piece of advice is, shit, if it don't bother you, keep the shit. It's only $1,600. What's your final advice, B? Same.
Yeah. If it's some shit that, yeah, fuck it. Just keep the money, man. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, if you was taking some money out of some poor family mouth or something.
Yeah,
I would feel bad about that.
Do something good for somebody else real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like buy somebody some lunch or, do whatever.
Facts.
Somebody, give a bum like $30, $40 or something. You know what I'm saying? Do something good with it, but shit, you all right.
I feel you on that. I think I talked about it on here now, but I found the fucking iPhone 8. Or maybe a 6. It was an older iPhone. I know it was an older iPhone, and I found that shit, and I called the person and was just like, look, yo, like I found your phone, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't expecting shit. I really wasn't. I was just hoping like, shit, if somebody found my phone, I would hope they would give that shit back to me. So I was just trying to play that shit forward. I get up with the people, you know what I'm saying? They pull up in a fucking white Mercedes and give me $100. And I didn't even want the $100. I was like, nah, I'm good. I didn't even know it was $100 when they was trying to give me the money. And they was just like, thank you so much, passing me the bread. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Play it forward, blessing. I just, do it for somebody else. Cause that's really where my heart at. That's really where my mind at. I wasn't thinking about getting no money from nobody. And they fucking threw that shit in my car, bro. Like, and I looked at the shit. I was like, yo, they gave me a whole fucking $100. But what I didn't know is the lady's fucking dad was dying. She needed to talk to her mom. Like, they was just so fucking grateful that I called them when I could have easily been grimy with the shit, kept the shit, locked the shit, sold the shit, did some shit, you know what I'm saying? So, listen, you never know how your blessings is gonna come. And that extra stipend might be your blessing, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want some shit, the universe gonna find its way to work it out for you. And that's kind of how I feel like what happened with me this weekend and this whole trip. The universe worked this fucking way out, and I had a great fucking time for something I really didn't want to go to, but I was just going to go to support my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to suck it up for my friend, and it actually ended up turning into some great shit. So listen to that little voice inside of you, TJ. But let us know what you decide to do. Give us an update. We want to know what your conscience looking like. We want to know what happened. But if y'all want some more of this A1 advice, I want y'all to write into the ain'tshitshow@gmail.com, and that's the X where the I will be, and your letter may get read on the show. You ready to wrap this shit up with some free smoke?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Free smoke is our listener letter segment where, that is not what it is. Free smoke is where we talk about any hot button or personal topic. It could be anything from politics to petty. And, today's topic, y'all know I always pull things from my life. I pull inspiration, in from things that are going on. And today, I wanted to talk about in free smoke is friends and lovers. So we talked about earlier, how, two of my friends, became engaged, and I want to just take this moment to shout myself out. I do this to them every time. I put them together. I introduced them. They did not, Dr. Tam was just like, no, and look at us 7 years later. They're engaged. I'm a matchmaker. But shit like that can come with, it can come with things, and, I was out with friends, this weekend and things of that nature. So I want to talk about, like friends dating friends or like dating within the circle. And I feel like, we've touched on pieces of this, but we've touched on a lot of shit throughout this 127 episodes. But I wanted to, revisit that. I know that you talk about your different friends and you run in a diverse circle. And when I say diverse circle, I mean like, male and female and things like that. Together, have you ever dated anybody inside the circle of friends? Whether it don't have to be your current group of friends, it could be a group of friends from before.
Dated, no.
That goes with it. Have you had any type of intimate relationship with?
Yeah, I fucked friends before.
Were they like close friends or were they like hi and bye, kind of like acquaintances? They were like in the circle.
Let's see. That shit was so long ago.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like in high school, early teens, early 20s and shit, you know what I'm saying? Niggas fucked and shit, but it was, you know, like either just due to some, like a wild night, you know what I'm saying? But it was never like, I never
wild
went with
nights happen for sure.
like, none of my homegirls and no shit, like, or, you know what I'm saying? Like made it something, you know what I'm saying? That it wasn't. So nah, I mean, I done had sex with them, but it won't never nothing like, you know, it might have been a reoccurring thing, but it won't never like, it was just some fucking and carrying on type shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's always interesting because, like I said, I introduced them, and you know, I am very like I've had sex with friends when I was younger, more often than I would probably like to say, but it was like when I was younger, and then when I became older, it's very interesting because I've dated friends of friends, and most of the time I try to avoid dealing with one-to-one friends. You know what I'm saying? Like people I fucking hang out with, like seriously hang out with and enjoy their company and shit like that. You just might be fine. Like I just might be attracted to you, but I would still kind of go through like a risk assessment, right? Like I fuck with you and I know how shit can go left once, whether it's an official dating situation, a fucking situation, a wild night, like shit can go left and it can like fuck up the circle. Because now, you know, people can't hang out with people like that no more and all that. Even if it was not you, have you had friends to date and it kind of fuck up the circle?
I don't even know. Nah, I don't think so. Not really. Not that I can think of. Not off the top of my head. I mean, yeah, not really. I mean, yeah, like I done had some, like, you know, some of my homegirls, they done fuck like multiple niggas in the crew and shit, and that shit kind of gets weird because, like,
yeah,
you know, like they have like various, you know, different relationships with each person individually, but that's like one or two people that I can think of. But in terms of like fucking the dynamic of it up, I mean, you know, nigga, not really. Like, cause niggas don't really be giving a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas done hit niggas' baby moms and shit like that. Actually, now that I think about that, yeah, I've actually had some experiences that hasn't been so good. Yeah, and
what
actually
happened?
did
Give
fuck
us
up
a story.
I don't want to cause a couple people might be listening and I don't even feel like mixing that shit up again cause that shit was ugly. But yeah.
Even without names?
Nah, I mean, it's too close. It's like too close from people that I know may or may not listen, and I don't even feel like dealing with none of that shit. But nah, it was just funky. I mean, it was just funky. And it definitely severed some relationships of, you know, two friends of mine, that I hated that occurred that way, but it actually did. So yeah, that shit was kind of funky now that I think about it.
Yeah, I had a situation when I was a lot younger. When I was a lot younger, like in college or whatever, and you know,
this shit was like a couple years ago.
I could see that. I had a situation when I was in college from, you know, some friend group from back home, and I always called our group Saved by the Bell because our group was, you know, it was guys and girls, and we all used to hang out together like every fucking day and shit. And, you know, when I went to college, I came back one summer and, I fucked one of the dudes that was in our group, and a friend of mine used to date him. And I was just like, honestly, it wasn't even on no malicious shit. Like, I just didn't think it counted. I didn't think it mattered. You know what I'm saying? Like, you used to date this nigga in 10th grade. We all been friends. You know what I'm saying? So I never even thought about her. So it was like, damn, like, and then she found out about it later, like after I had went back to school. So this was probably like sophomore year, something like that. And I went back to school or whatever and found out about it. But the fucked up part about it is like, this was my nigga. Like, she was my nigga at that point in time. You know, like I fuck with her. Like, we was cool. Like, we done been through shit together. You know what I'm saying? And she was pregnant. When I went to college, she got pregnant. And I was supposed to be her child's godmother. And when she found out about the shit, like, she went off about the shit. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, nigga, you was fucking 15. Like, do that shit even count? Like,
and you're pregnant
now.
Like, yeah, what are you talking about?
Fat. Like, we like 19 at this point in time. You know what I mean? Like 19, maybe even 20. I don't even know. Whatever age you are, fucking sophomore year. So 19 or 20 or whatever the case may be. And like, it really wasn't nothing malicious. Like, it wasn't nothing where I'm just like, oh, I'm about to fuck her nigga. Like, it was just some shit that kind of went down and it wasn't even worth it for real. Like, shit was trash, but it happened. I can't deny that it happened. And when I was asked about it, I was upfront about it. I was like, yeah. And it was kind of like, well, why you didn't tell me? I was like, because I just don't go around telling everybody who I had sex with. You know what I mean? Like, because I honestly deep down didn't think it was an issue. And I apologized to her because I didn't think it was an issue, you know, but like moving forward, like I think with that situation, it kind of made me think a little bit more before I acted on things like the fuck up friendship circles. And then like for me, I have a lot of different circles of friends, right? That mean different things to me. And I used to bring those circles together and that shit would always cause problems because motherfuckers is always gonna find somebody that they like. And I understand because I'm the friend who dates the friends. You know what I mean? Like, I'm that friend. You know what I mean? Like, you introduce me to your friends gonna like me, and I'm probably gonna date your friends. But not like my direct friend with you. Like, me and you wouldn't fuck with each other. But like, me and one of your friends might. Right. So then that causes a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause when shit go left, then it's like, oh, I'm having this event, but don't invite such and such can't come because I don't fuck with them no more. And now they both your friends. Right. So that kind of like puts you like in a weird space. You know what I'm saying? And it's been some friends where I'm just like, do I want to risk that? Have you ever had like an evaluation process? Like, have you ever had a thing for a friend? Like somebody that you really like considered your friend? Like, damn,
like early on, you know what I'm saying? Like high school days type shit. Yeah, but like in terms of
nothing in your adult life.
Yeah, nothing really in my adult life that I could think of. I'm fucking old as shit now.
And you've been married for a while, so you probably like my mom that can't even go back to like, that type shit.
That shit is archived. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. Not that I can recall, unless I see a motherfucker. But oh yeah, I did used to like your ass and shit like that. But it's so far and distant and shit now at this point. That shit don't even like, kind of cross my mind until I guess if I'm presented with it, we, hashing over things or some shit like. But no, not that I can think of.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I'm single. I am single. For anybody who wants to know, I am single
and taking applications.
What you say? I'm always taking applications, baby. Always taking applications. You can submit that to the ain'tshitshow@gmail.com. That's an X with the I with V.
Or just go to our Instagram. You can DM.
Or you can just go to my Instagram. That's where some of you go anyway. Shout out to y'all. But I was like thinking about some shit like, would I want to fuck up my friendship with someone? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was thinking about that. Like, they are a good friend. But I'm not gonna even lie. Like, I want to, I can't even say I want to be in a relationship. That's the fucked up part. Like, I don't even want to, like, bruh, like, hey, listen.
It's one that I've seen that would be worth fucking.
Definitely you have friends as well where you have like an understanding with. You know what I'm saying? But I think for me, even if we friends with like an understanding, I'm probably still not gonna be the type of friend to you that I would be with a friend that I was not having sex with.
Yeah, emotions.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be as chill.
Women, sex, and emotions get involved. Somehow, maybe not the first or second time, but that third time, them shits, somebody gonna trip. Like, guaranteed.
Somebody is going to trip. So you gotta think about that.
Yeah, boy. Sometimes
you know what? You know what's actually funny?
First, ask questions later.
Yeah. And listen, I tried, I've heard perceptions of me from other people, right? And people come up with their own shit based on the information that's given. You know what I'm saying? Like, they come up with their own shit. And I'm just like real talk, like, I really don't be taking a lot of the opportunities presented to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't take probably 80% of the opportunities that's being presented to me, only because I know how they might end. You know what I'm saying? And then you also know your abilities. You know your abilities to make a person feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You know your abilities to have somebody acting crazy. That ain't gonna be your first time. That ain't your first time having somebody acting crazy. And you know what your abilities are. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, like, introducing Joy and Tam to each other, that could have easily went left. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point in time, I was cool with Tam and I was cool with Joy. They didn't know each other though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that shit could have went left. And the thing about it is, the person who I was with, I ain't even with them no more. And their relationship's still going. They engaged and shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that shit could have went left. Have you ever been in a situation where you have friends, you might not have dated your friends, but you have friends dating and one of them cheats or does something that's unfavorable to the other friend? Have you ever been in that type of situation? Where it was a conundrum, you didn't know what to do with that?
Not necessarily. No.
How do you be loyal to two people at the same time?
Nah. Thankfully, no. None of my, I'm trying to think who, like all the fuck shit was like between niggas and shit. It really wasn't between, like, you know, boy and girls and shit. Cause, like,
yeah, my
girls circle, like, one of them is gay, so she don't fuck with niggas. And then the other one, she is like so hell bent on, she's so hell bent on not being like the homie fucker. Cause we, like, niggas used to fuck so many, like, girls and shit, like, you know, amongst the crew. Like, she was just like dead set, like, oh nah, I'm not fucking none of y'all niggas. Y'all my niggas, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, to the point where it's kind of damn near obsessive. It was weird. But yeah, so I've never, like, in terms of my immediate people like that, I, you know, considered my, like, and then I had other homegirls I just used to fuck niggas. So, you know what I'm saying? There was never no relationships per se. So, it won't, like, you know, niggas never really took it to the next level. It was just, you know, it was an understanding of niggas just having, you know, niggas and bitches fucking and shit like that. So I've never really been presented with that one. Not that I can think of anyway. I'm pretty sure if I gave it a whole lot of thought I could, but all my shit is kind of like, you know, either bitches and niggas is just fucking casually and that is what it is, or like I said, one of my homegirls gay and she ain't fucking with niggas, and the other one is just so hell-bent on not being a homie fucker that she refuses to fuck with niggas. Your homegirl that don't fuck with niggas, she ain't fuck none of the bitches in y'all circle? Is she? No, but bitches tried to fuck her, but she was just like, nah, y'all bitches don't fuck mad niggas. Y'all don't fuck all my homeboys, so I'm not fucking y'all. I feel like type shit. So yeah. So they definitely used to try her though, but she was like, nah, I'm cool. Like, y'all niggas fuck mad. Y'all bitches fuck all my homeboys. So they probably want to fuck her even more because she said she cool. Like, yeah, she like, yeah, y'all bitches fuck all my homeboys. Like, I think I'm finna, like, eat your pussy and you know, fuck 3 of my niggas. Nah. She ain't gotta eat they pussy to fuck them. I mean, whatever. Well, I guess maybe that's what they wanted. I don't know how the gay shit works, but I don't know how the gay shit works. It works just like the straight shit. It's just, do you have an attachment or not? Yeah, I guess. Or yeah, the thing. That's pretty much the same exact thing. She got the shooter. She called them the shooters, the 1 and the 2. So she was like, I put the shooters on them. Should be funny as fuck. She put the 1 and the 2 on. Wait, what's the shooters? What's the 1 and the 2? The 1 and the 2. The uno and the dos. That's what she
Fingers?
Called. Yeah. That's what, yeah.
She I don't finger know. Fucking?
She be putting that shit on the bitches. I don't know, man. She said when she don't feel like putting the strap on, she just, like, you know, put the fingers on the bitch. So, I don't know. Yeah. She I don't know.
Like
Outside.
bitches like getting finger fucked and that's it in 2020?
I mean, let her
That's
tell it, yeah.
in the movie shit.
I mean, she said she don't feel like putting the strap on. She said it take too long. Like, sometimes that shit be taking a lot to put the strap on. Like, you gotta stop and, like, buckle, unbuckle the shit and do all the buckles and shit. That shit was funny as fuck to me, personally. I'm like, what? You know, I see the fucking humor in every fucking thing. So that shit was hilarious to me. But I'm like, so why don't you just keep it on you? She was like, bitch, nigga, I ain't fucking keeping that fucking shit on me. That shit's stupid as fuck. There's a lot to be a fucking lesbian. Shout out to y'all.
First of all, B-Hill, let's be clear. Most women wouldn't wear a bra all day, every day if they didn't have to. So they definitely ain't about to have on no extra shit all day, every day.
Some bitches be wearing dicks though. I done seen some girls
100%.
Which is weird as fuck,
100%. Like, they do. Listen, I know chicks who wear they shit all day and they fucking ready. And they the motherfuckers that's fucking your bitch in the bathroom of the restaurant and you don't even fucking know it. Wild shit. Like, nigga.
Unbelievable.
Niggas be having way more wild stories than I could ever come up with. Like, niggas be having some wild shit going on. And it's the ones that be having that strap on all day. They go to the club with the fucking strap on. It's wild shit. It's wild shit. But, you know, everybody different. Everybody sex shit just be different. I've definitely been in this situation. And I was in a situation maybe like 10 years ago that basically shaped how I deal with the situation going forward. Like, I had two friends that were in a relationship. One friend cheated, but I knew the other friend was not fucking faithful as fuck either. I kept the shit to myself. It's not my business. You know what I'm saying?
I don't be in that shit. I do not like being in people's relationships.
I ain't on that shit. I'm like, nah, like, I ain't gonna, if it was one of my niggas and a random or somebody that wasn't attached to me and the random fucked around on my nigga, I'ma definitely tell it. You know what I'm saying? But if both of y'all my niggas, I'm out. It's void. Ain't nothing I can do about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing I can do about that. But I am the friend that's gonna tell you fucking up. I'm that friend.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna snitch on you, but I'm gonna tell you fucking up. You know what I mean? Like, dog, like you fucking up. Like, don't do, and I'm gonna tell that shit on both sides. So, you know, I was put in a situation where motherfuckers wanted to pull me to the side and act like I was disloyal on both sides when really I'm holding it down on both sides. So ever since that particular situation, I really do try my best not to intermingle friends that I feel like is gonna have fucking attraction to each other, but sometimes that's unavoidable. And I've had that situation since then. And I tell people off bucks, like, look, I'm telling you now, if you fuck with this person, that's on you. That's cool. But I don't have any loyalty or obligation in this situation. Like, at all. What you do is what you do. And then when the future comes and this shit goes to shit, cause I know both of y'all ain't shit. So the shit gonna eventually go to shit. And when that particular shit happens, don't tell me who I can invite to my parties, my gatherings, my none of that. Because everybody invited, you just gonna have to decide if you want to come or not.
Right.
Like, listen. My communication skills is on 1000. Like, I'm gonna let you know what's up. So don't come at me after the fact, acting like you didn't know what was gonna happen. And I've had that, and I tell them off gate. So, you know, they don't even try like, oh, well, I actually have a friend who I am friends with a guy that she dated. So like, the world is so fucking small. My friend used to come to me and tell me about this guy that lived in a totally different state. You know, how she liked him and all this other shit and how he was so dope. And then she come and she tell me like, oh, he ain't shit. He did XYZ. Fast forward like a year or two later, I meet this nigga not knowing that this nigga is that nigga. And I get super cool with the nigga. And like, might be on my social media, whatever, cool nigga. And she come to me like, oh, you friends with him? Like, you can't be friends with him, I'm like, yo, they ain't got nothing to do with me.
Definitely
How you gonna tell me who to be friends with? Like,
yeah, nah, you can kiss my ass.
that shit be totally crazy. So I really try to, avoid that situation. Would you set, like, your wife has friends? Would you
Not really.
set your wife doesn't have friends? She's not a social person?
I mean, she got a few, but not a lot.
Would you set up any of your niggas who ain't shit with any of your white friends, your wife's friends?
Nope.
Bet off bucks, you already know. Why wouldn't you? Give us some insight.
Just cause I don't want them to deal with that shit, man. Cause she worked, like, a couple of homegirls, they worse as fuck. And I don't want them, like, and then my niggas ain't shit, so I don't even, if they did their own thing, like, what's up, old girl? Shit, go talk to her. Like, I'm not finna do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're not about to do none of the bidding for them.
Yeah, man. I'll be like, oh, she cool, she do da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like, go talk to her. I ain't finna turn you on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, nah.
You're not about to be the plug.
Nah,
I did that before too, B. I've done that before too. Like, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with it. And if it do pop off, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Like, I'm not the nigga who need to know your exploits. Like, yeah, sure. I don't really get off on that. Like, if one of my friends want to talk about sex and what they did or whatever, I'll listen, but I'm not the nigga that's like, yo, so what happened last night? I'm just not that nigga. Because I know I'm not that nigga that you gonna ask me that question, then I'm gonna give you a whole bunch of information. So really for me, it's just kind of, being, being even and being respectable, and like, I'm not gonna tell you shit, so I don't expect you to tell me shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, I try to, be the same person. I'm not gonna ask more of you than I'm willing to do, for myself. But, setting up your wife with your wife's friends with a friend, I can see how that could make shit like go left. Yeah. Y'all might have some like good double dates and shit at first.
Yeah, I'm straight. I mean, we can rock, but like, I ain't finna press the issue. If y'all niggas start talking and shit, that's cool, but I don't want to be involved in your relationship, cause y'all ain't finna be involved in mine.
Facts. And that is the quote right there. Cause y'all ain't about to be in my shit.
For sure.
That's what I've had an encounter where, me and the ex were going to be in the same place. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, people like, oh yeah, y'all need to get back together. Like, da-da-da-da-da. Listen. Just because you don't know why we broke up don't mean we need to be back together. Like, niggas feel like, like, if the shit wasn't super fucking messy and all this shit, like, oh, y'all should be back together. Like, no, we know what happened in our relationship. And that's the way it should be, where only we know what happened in our relationship. Like, y'all niggas don't need to know what happened in that relationship. Right. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for listening. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. So I'm gonna let y'all know, like, off bucks right now, like, next week, I'm moving. We're not going to have a show next week. I will not be in a position to record next week. I know we already, they gave y'all, missing 2 weeks, but y'all got to work with us, man. Like, y'all got to work with us. I know y'all want to hear us. I know y'all like hearing our perspectives on things, and trust me, I appreciate y'all 1000%. And I understand y'all need some commentary when y'all putting things together and driving and just chilling around your crib and, want some content. But we'll be back after that. But next week, I'm just not going to be able to swing it. But continue to listen to the show. Make sure y'all get caught up. Check us out at www.fww. is still a thing. The ain'tshitshow.com. That's the X where the I will be. And y'all know we on Twitter, IG, Facebook, YouTube, all that. And y'all can hear us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And y'all know we like to end the show with a quote. And today's quote is, you can't make somebody love you by giving them more of what they already don't appreciate. And until next week, I want y'all to stay black, wash your hands still, stay away from COVID, manifest your destiny, and the marathon continues. We out.